All right, we live. Tiga Pang, what good?
Man, bless, Mumba. Bless Tegan. What good with everybody?
You don't know, Segura is hot, hot, hot. And it's about to get even hotter.
And we droning in rain up here.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain, man. Too much rain. Too much
Send some
rain.
our way. Send some our way, son. It is hot.
Yeah, man. So, hey, episode 5, another episode. Previous episode, we had Terry Byron. Great episode. Good information. It was amazing.
Well, Byron was very good, very inspirational. I learned a lot from him. Um, Great person, great human being. It was a very good show. A lot of people really enjoyed that one, and it's really good that we were able to branch out with baseball because baseball got legends as well, just like yourself, Mumba. So we represented. You know, it's Mr. Anderson right
Yeah,
now on TV. Move up.
got to represent, man. Got to. Yeah, man. So I want to just send a quick shout out to all the banners. We got the legends340.com. Follow legends340.com. Get your shirts, get everything. We got Savory Eats LLC by Sheena, based in Orlando. We got the Good Life Apparel. We got the Melting Pot Cooking Class. Follow on Instagram. And we got the Melting Pot Cooking Class.com also. We got Sibone Caribbean Restaurant. We got Apollo Legion. We got follow on Instagram at Island Destiny 340, Serenity Braids by Nikki. So we got all of those. So support all your local VIP people, So now episode 5, we got the Greek god. One of the craziest name you could have. The Greek god, Coffee.
He bull strong, that's why.
Yes.
Hey,
It is hard to flavor.
one of my first memory of Coffee is seeing him beat the league. He Aman I could never remember the partner name. May he rest in peace. One of the Martin brothers, the older one.
Dean.
Yeah. Martin.
Yeah, Dean. Rest in peace, Dean. Yeah.
Shatanova, Spud, like watching all them man in B the league. I was just a fan back then and never even pick up a basketball at that time. Then watching Coffee them man play basketball. Even Tyrone, Sammy, all them man I see play basketball when them man were young. And at that time I never played basketball, but that's one of my first memory of Coffee. Coffee was tearing up BD League, man, at the time. Like insane numbers in BD League. Like they had no answers for Coffee in BD League. He and Dean used to get some big matchup, but Coffee still was a little bit for them, man. For the rest of the BD League, Coffee was just too much for them. That's my first viewing of Coffee playing basketball. So I'm watching Coffee play basketball from small. He had disappeared for a little bit, but he resurfaced when Complex opened up. I think he was still in Woodson though, but then I start hearing about he again. So that's my first memories of Coffee, and to see from then to what he grew into now, man, like one of my favorite players coming out there. Period. In the world. Period. I ain't even gonna just say coming out the island. Period. One of my favorite players watching coming out like ever.
Mumba, what your first impression when you meet the man associated by the name Greek God?
The Greek god. Well, I first met Coffee like in middle school. That's when I first started playing. So I actually got a chance to play against him and stuff like that. And I mean, the guy was talented, man. He had unbelievable skills in middle school. And Pan saw him in BD League. I never got a chance to see him in BD League. I got to see him in middle school when I was in 8th grade. And one of the nicest, most humblest kid, even at that age in middle school, and he was unbelievable. He was like a freak of nature. So that was my first earliest memory of him, and then he grew as time went on, and then we'll probably get into that later on in the show. But
Well, it's all on me now. The man who gave him the name, I got so many names to this dude, you won't even know. From Coffee, Brigade to Nets. You know what I'm saying? To just John Cena. He'll tell you about that story. Yes, they call him John Cena. It was that crazy. But just like you guys said, man, this guy, ain't much I'm gonna say too much about this guy. I'm just gonna let him tell his story. And without further ado, let me bring on who everybody came in to see. Putting the face to the name, Mr. Victor. Welcome to Legends.
What up, what up, what up, bros?
Welcome.
You saying coffee?
Yeah, man, all good.
There.
We safe, man. How you feeling, man? How the family, everybody doing?
My family great, man. Just did it. Shit hot, like Tegan said.
Super hot.
Good, man.
So let me start off, Coffee, because I can start this off with fire. Because there's a big misnomer in the Virgin Islands and I'm saying, boy, that Coffee don't talk. And I'm here to set the record straight. Coffee was my roommate after Pam played the national team. And ain't nobody talk more than Coffee in my life. This man used to murder me, son. So I first say Coffee.
If I believe that, right?
How did you enjoy rooming with me?
You gotta do most of the talking when you're rooming. Like always. I had to there are times I go by headphones on so Stegan could shut up. If that the TV that ESPN all day.
I would agree with the TV being at ESPN all day for sure.
Day. Well, I think
and wait, Coffee, tell them how hot the room used to be.
What?
Tell them with the AC how hot the room used to be.
I got something about Tegan and being his roommate. Maybe I might wait until it's his episode to talk about, but I rather tell it now because I might forget.
Tell it. Let's hear it.
Don't tell me how I was sleeping on my hand.
The way how this man is sleeping.
Hey, Didi, they had one day come into the room. I think Tegan let his stomach is like a grass.
Dude, go ahead.
No pillow. His hand on the bed like he did a cross, laid on a cross.
But my story is the same way. He laying the same way, but this time he got two pillow and he hand them up. They up on the pillow. The pillow got a little split in the middle, and he done between it like sleeping like that. I was like, how in the wall is this man even breathing, yo, to sleep like that themselves? I ain't never seen nobody sleep like that in my life.
Thinking about the game, sir. Thinking about the game, Pete.
Yeah. Thinking about how many shots you gonna take, huh?
Hey,
that's what it is.
You know that? So, Puff, let me start you off basketball-wise, man. What age you started playing? Let me know what really inspired you to play this sport and kind of give you a background. Like Pam says, you was the hottest thing in BD, so let me know.
Well, I actually started probably, I would say, like 6, 7, like just walking and dribbling and shooting because I always wanted to be around my brother them. And if I know my brother them, I play ball. So the thing about that was, I was the youngest and I couldn't play with them. So I had to find a way I could play with them. So I had a little court in the back of the yard. I used to go there and shoot and do whatever. So one day, one of my older brother, he there in the room watching me shoot. And he didn't laughing. I hear somebody giggling and laughing. I was like, who doing that there? So I turn around, me seeing nobody, you know what I mean? So I was like, shooting. So we used to get run off the court. By 5 o'clock, we had to come off the court. So one day we there on the court, and I said, me ain't going nowhere. Then I was like, get off the court. Of course, I was the younger brother, so I gotta go. I gone. So next day we there playing. And my brother gonna be like, hey, I get coffee today. All of them were like, no, he can't play. He like, me and who I said, this my brother, I gonna let you play with me. Right? So he was like, Coffee, remember what you did in the back of the yard? That's all I want you to do. And I said, all right, cool. Next thing you know, I start playing with them and I'm giving me the ball, I start shooting, making my shots. And then from since then is when I start playing with them, man, and I just started liking the game after that.
That's crazy.
So Coffee.
Yeah.
So Coffee, so which one of your older brothers was the hardest on you when it come to basketball?
Well, all them being honest on me, to be honest.
Okay.
Again,
Hey, that's my
again,
boy,
camera,
man. You got my boy
again,
on the
camera,
camera.
again, camera bomb.
Hey, that's all good, man. That's all
Right,
good.
I love it. Hey, fam, you know that man they done doing 10 push-ups a day, right? You don't play him. He the guy push-ups in.
How old your son be, Coffee?
A year and 5 months.
Okay, I can't wait to meet the little young Greek guy that I ain't got a chance to meet yet.
Man,
You will, man. You
Lil
will.
Zeus.
One thing I could say about what Kofi said about he brother them playing basketball. One thing is I never meet a man coming out of Newark that ain't got hops. But
Yes.
Buju had some ridiculous hops. I don't know how that
Big
dude could
cat.
jump like that there.
Yeah.
Winsbot, Talbot, and
Mario.
all them man had hops, my son. Only person they had hops was Dave. They had no hops.
Hey, I told you.
And Tony, yeah.
Oh, God.
Dave and Tony. Big up Dave. Big up Tony.
Big
Big
shout
up.
out to Tony. That's my boy. Oh, God. Man. Leave him.
I gotta get Cuthbert out there.
I
my
could
God.
imagine them man had get a hops because where them man rim was, it was up a hill. So you got walk up Budjudem Road to go up to the hill. I believe that's how all them man get their hops, brother. Running up that hill. Coffee live up on a hill, so probably running up that hill. That's how all them man get their hops, my son. Because I and them man always roll together everywhere in the back of Rude Boy truck. Rude Boy ain't had no hops, so Farrelly. He ain't had no hops. All them man used to be in
So,
back of
Coffee,
Rude
let me
Boy
ask
truck,
you.
my son. Go ahead, Tiga.
So, yeah, let me ask you, Coff. When did you realize, like, dude, I am really good and really start pursuing it? Because before,
Well,
we used to do it for fun. But when it really hit you, like, dude, I got something here. I need to make it my career.
well, I mean, it just started off like playing for fun, like Tegan said. But I think like when I started playing BD, like what Panga said, when I started playing BD, and I realized that wow, I was more advanced than these men because I played with my brother growing up since I was 10, 11. I played with my brothers. I never played with nobody pretty much my age like that. So like what Panga said, I was dominating BD, and then it was so funny because when we had the ceremony for the BD, my first year, when the man was calling my name, the man get to the point and he said, you know what? Watch, I just stay right here because the next 7 trophies is for you. So just stay right here. Don't move. And I was like, I watch the man like he crazy. The man like, I ain't lying, I dead serious. And the man started just calling, and he like, here. I was like, what? I was shocked.
I was a witness because I saw that live. Like this man used to clean up BD, like hands down, just
Hands
Coffee,
down.
clean
Coffee
up
might
BD.
easily be the only man who got more trophies than Zoe in the BI. I got trophies like crazy.
Probably.
Nah, man, me ain't get that much, man. Me ain't get that much.
Tyrone too, because Tyrone was playing BD too.
Me ain't get that much.
Tyrone.
And he used to be cleaning up too. And Tyrone played multiple sports that he was good at.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what's so funny that we doing this Legends thing? Like a lot of stuff I have forget, my son, because and I love that we doing this because a lot of stuff I have forget, and like now when we start to talk about coffee, just now that we started to do that, like I started to remember a lot of this man accolades and how this man used to dominate in BD League summer camps. Because you remember back then summer camps used to like play against each other.
Yeah,
like at the
that's
end
true.
of summer camps. I don't know if you remember that, T-Guy.
Yeah, man.
Man, and them used to be some games, my son.
Yeah.
Some games.
Governors youth game.
Right.
Yeah, he used to have the youth games. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of things I used to forget. So I love that we're doing this, man, because it just brings back a lot of good memories. And when life was like peaceful and just full of bliss, brother. Like you just skies was the limit when back then when you used to think about your future and it just was. Them were the days.
Yeah, them was the days, man. Them was the days. So after BD,
let me go a little more basketball into Coffee, because obviously me and Bank play with you a lot on the national team, and many a times we watching you, we actually become spectators on the court, even though we playing. I used to just watch you like, dude, you are ridiculous. How it feel when you playing against Al Harford, Nene from Brazil, all these guys who are playing in the NBA, and you are totally ripping these dudes to pieces. How did it feel like you knew you belonged, but the opportunity never really come to you? What way you wanted? Did you have a mentality like you want to punish these dudes? Because you literally used to punish these dudes.
Well, I mean, shoot, I just wanted to win, and I don't know that. Hey, that my guy bring it. Because I bring in it, and that's all I see every game. Because you don't know we were small already, so they must underestimate us a lot. So I used to hear that all the time in my career. So I said, all right, cool. And then what you gotta say, okay, let me bring it. Hey, you don't know the point, guys. Let we gotta do, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
With a lot of people around the island know you as to be like this quiet, shy, or whatever the case may be, but they don't get a chance to really playing on the national team. Like they don't get a chance to really see like the fire that'll be lit underneath you when you're
Yes.
playing. Like talk about that fire and determination that you have when you are on that court and where it come from.
Well, you don't know that's VI pride when we done the national team. Cause we all the three of us had a goal. We were trying to make Olympics, and that's what we always come hard and play because that was our goal. And I mean, event it far shot because things happen, but it is what it is. But that's what we was like. We approach every game as, hey, this is the next step for our destiny, our goal. So we were like, hey, if that's what we want to do, then we gotta bring it. Ain't no holding back, man. That's what we used to go out there and see.
Let
Go
me
ahead and
ask you
answer.
about your work ethic. Let me ask you about your work ethic, Cup, because a lot of people don't understand the type of work you put in. On the court and off the court, and nobody know more than me because you was my workout buddy all throughout my whole career. We used to work out a lot. We used to play one-on-one a lot. We shoot a lot. And I'm here to set the record straight to the whole Virgin Islands. They keep asking who is better between Coffee and Tegan.
Tegan,
I have no place in Coffee's shoes. So let me put that to rest.
Tegan.
Because I have seen you put people, you can dominate a game inside, outside. You can shoot, you can dribble, you can do everything. I don't even belong to the paint. You will never catch me in there. But dude, your work ethic, where you get that from? Like you was literally at the time the only person who could have keep up with me in terms of working out when we used to come home. Like, how did you get that? Why inspire you? Where you used to eat. So a lot of these youngsters believe like you eating some kind of magic formula. Let me know. Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, it's just discipline, man. You just got when you want something, you got discipline yourself for it. And when in college, I don't know if I wanted to be NBA, I want to be professional, so I disciplined to work out by myself. If you can't work out by yourself, you got a problem because you'll never achieve what you want to do. So working out with Tegan was a plus because it helped my game more. Because, like he said, stuff that I wasn't good at, he taught me, and stuff that he wasn't good at, I taught him. Tegan got stronger and could take hits because he played against me one-on-one. I got quicker and I could handle the ball a little better because of him. He showed me a lot of skills, and coming home and working with him, working each other out, we just improve our game, and next thing you know, we just start accelerating, and that's what we used to do, just stay in the gym 24/7.
Awesome. Mobile got a question?
Yeah, so Coffee, for some of the people them, who watching you right now live and who's going to rewatch the video and stuff like that, so we kind of touched on you being a BD. So talk about what middle school did you go to?
Well, I went to Woodson, and the funny thing about that is that by 7th grade year, I was an alternate. If I don't know that, I didn't make the team. I was an alternate player
Wow.
by 7th grade year. It just happened.
Who was the coach?
No. I was going to ask, name some players that were on the team.
Rudo was on the team. If you know Rudo.
Rudo
was on the team. My cousin Ivan. Who else was on the team? Dude, I can't remember. That's a long time ago. But that's the only two posts I know because I can't remember everybody. But
big up to Ivan too. That's my boy.
Big up, Ivan. Big up.
The funny thing about the story is that I ended up started playing because some of these dudes couldn't come to the game. I went to the game, of course, as an alternate. So I went to the game. Of course, I go to all the games because I want to play. I ended up playing, and I had a good game. And I went from being an alternate to starting.
Wasn't Chicken playing too?
I don't remember, to be honest. I think Chicken played my 8th grade year.
Okay.
So that's
Who
how I ended
coached
up
that
starting.
team?
My freshman year,
Yeah.
7th grade year, Pemberton was the coach. But what happened was,
Oh.
but he had me playing with the BD team. So he knew I could have played. He just had me, had other players that were older and everything, and he was letting them man play. But that's not why he just let me play.
No, that wasn't a good strategy at all.
No.
And
That's why I asked who was the coach.
You talking about Pemberton? You talking about Pemberton? I used to work complex.
Yeah, last then, yeah. That was my first, that was pretty much my first coach.
They need to fire Pemberton, man.
No, man. He was the first coach, man. He was the one that started me out in BD.
Hey, he probably had tactics worked out, man. But that's hard to understand.
You know what it is too? Because remember when at that time, remember it used to be 7th grade, 8th grade, and
9th grade, right?
So that's the thing. Even though Coffee probably dissolved to play, you know how it was coming into the season. He probably had his team already set. Even though it wasn't a good decision probably then, but Punk shaking the head.
No,
hey, I agree, 100%. I agree. So
one of the things that another thing that'll go unnoticed, not by us that been around you and playing. Like a lot of people don't realize you got some lockdown defense too. And I ain't talking about no against big man in the paint. I talking about you got lockdown defense against other guards. You might not get the steals or whatever the case may be, but ain't too much guards getting around you. Tell me where that come from.
Beanie, you don't know come from you, Beanie. Watching you playing with you in my league, shoot with your long arms and how you use your long arms and body. I say shoot. I got try to eliminate that, add that to my game, and I work on that too.
I don't think people.
Was it a technique? Was it a technique or something you saw in Pang's game where you adapted to yours?
Well, I just think that the way he just used to bait people, he just used to set them up. See, everybody thinking just you go for the steal right away, whatever. Pang used to take his time, set people up, and just wait for the right moment. And every time he just make the mistake, and bam, he got with the ball. So I said, okay. I used to watch him like, okay, patient. Just take your time. Let them mess up. Because when you put that pressure on them, they are going to mess up most of the time. So you just got to be patient. But at the same time, they do have some good technique, like Tegan said. Spreading your legs, going wide, and not bringing your legs together to get up. All of these stuff you got to work. It don't come naturally. Some people have it naturally, but this is stuff you got to work on.
Definitely. And I like to see one thing. People don't ever get to see like somebody walk out. Like now that we got like social media, people will be posting a lot of their walkout videos. It's the professionals, and I love the fact that they don't do that, because I think kids need to see that, because you always see the results of a athlete. You don't really never see like how they get there, and I think a lot of NBA players discipline that they don't do the individual workout, and that's why they are where they are. And like you and Tegan touch on a little, all your I used to work out a lot together. One thing I did,
we still do.
We still do it for real.
One thing I didn't do coming up, and I know if I did, that could have enhanced my game a little more to perfect my defense, to perfect my offense a little more, to control a game like how Tegan used to be like more of a raw point guard than I was. Like any team that I play on, like everybody used to try and get me to be a point guard, but that wasn't my thing, son. Tegan was like more of a raw point guard. I think even you and I could have played point guard if you really wanted to. Honestly, that's how good the man was.
You're right. And let me tell you something. One is very underrated. People don't know. Coffee is one of the most intelligent person I ever met in terms of under basketball court. This dude knew everything. Like literally, me and Coffee used to just connect in terms of when we playing defense, he already knew I was gonna switch. I got for this steal because we recognize plays so well. But you always need a teammate to back you up because if you mess up, your person getting a lay up in the back.
Right.
Coffee
Yeah.
was my seat guy. He
But
was
that,
just that intelligent. He just knew.
well, you know, I mean, just playing with UT, you don't know that. I don't know what you're gonna do. So we playing around each other so long that we don't know each other mannerisms. So I don't know when you're going for a steal. I say, okay, he going for the steal now. Let me back up in case that his man go back door. So it's all of this you gotta learn when you play with people. Even with Pang used to do the same thing with us because Pang played with us a long time too. And even when he go for the steal,
Yes,
we had his back. You know, so it's like you gotta know your
that
player.
trust factor was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Prof, how did it feel in 2011, Duncan and Patrick Ewing's son twice? How you felt about that? That's the
First
first time
of
I
all,
really see you
no,
flex.
no,
You don't do
the
too much
first time
flexing,
wasn't me.
but
The first one wasn't me. It was Oscar. I can't take the credit for both of them. Oscar was the first one.
you want to tell the story how that happened? You remember what happened, right? I can tell the
Well,
story because
you
you know
tell the
I like to
story.
talk. I know
Yeah.
you want to tell it
No, you go ahead. You
because
go ahead. Tell
I
it.
got hype you up. I got
I
hype
go
you up.
feeling.
So this is what happened, baby, right? This is what happened. We there in Bahamas, and we see Patrick Ewing, son. He there in the NBA. He got these big crazy headphones, and we warming up, and we notice this man they half court shooting all kind of shot. Like he don't care. Like he coming and play a bunch of monkeys or something, right? So I said, Coffee, come here. I said, Coffee, you see how this man warming up? He think he playing against I don't know who what why tell you Coffee? I got some
I
jokey
don't.
team.
So jokey to you, so but
And we say, you know what? When the game start, it's on. Game start RP. Penetrate, bam, 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 hit to the baseline. Somebody dunk and sit down on his head. Yow! He gone crazy now. Coming back down, he tried to get Coffee take it to the hole and dunk, and he wow! And that was
no, the
that
first
was
one
it.
Oscar, man. The first one Oscar I get flex. So he feel like he could have like, what? No man, I can't take that guy show off. The man try next, but 2 plays later, right? I'm not gonna do the same thing, and that was it. But we just start rolling.
Coffee,
It was over.
you had some crazy hops that I don't think like I don't know, no, like I just remember one day just seeing you just dunking, just like where this man get jumping like that there from, and then when you went to college, your hops just get like insane,
Just
ridiculous. Any
crazy.
special workout that you used to do in college, and anything that just take it to the next level?
Well, I used to work out a lot on my legs, like squats, do a lot of squats. So that's why I used to do a lot in college. Believe it or not, running helps. Hate running, but it helps. But I mean, just
You used to
working
run
on your
sand?
legs.
You ever did any beach running?
Well, I used to do it sometime in the summer, not a lot.
Go ahead with
So
a question, mom.
no. So you talked about when you was in 7th grade, right? You was an
Mm-hmm.
alternate, and then some people wasn't making a couple games, and then you started to play more and more.
Right.
So going into your 8th grade year, right? What was that
Mm-hmm.
mentality knowing that you was an alternate that first year? Did it
Well,
motivate you to work at your game more?
I mean, believe it or not, yeah. But I had done after that game when I played, I became a starter. So I don't know
Okay.
I had a role on the team, but that didn't never stop me from working out. Working on my game and trying to improve my game
Yeah.
because I never settled. I never felt comfortable. Like okay, I know I could do something better. I still up to this day feel I could do a lot of stuff better in my game. And if I was still
Yeah.
active and playing, I'd have been working on those stuff right now. To be honest, even though like Tegan the other day we were shooting and I've been doing ball handling drills. And I'm not playing anymore. But that's the stuff that I still feel that I could improve. You know, that's how it is.
Okay. So after Woodson, a lot of people probably don't know, but your first year in high school, you went to Complex.
Yep, Fossey Complex.
And then they stole you from Complex.
Well,
Robbery.
I gonna
Robbery.
say they stole me. I gonna tell a story why it happened. Like Tegan love stories. Now, what happened was in 9th grade. I could be honest. I mean, perfect. I have failed in 2 class. I can be straight up. One class, it was my last period. Back then we had what is the 7 period class and all
Seven.
them things.
Yeah.
You had 3 lunch period. And my last class, I live right down the road from where I was from complex. So I used to go class, and I go in class, and me, going and I last in class. Teacher ain't teaching good. Me ain't calling no names. And I just last. So I say when boys to me like, hey, you going home? Because I had no class. My brother, he had no class. So I say, you going home? He like, yeah. Next thing you know, I used to go home with him. End up failing a class. So that's why I end up failing that class. So my Spanish class now is the same situation where I failing. I bust, doing my work, trying to learn, failing. Like I said, we had 3 lunch period then. And I realized people skipping class and passing, and I failing. I said, no, sir. I said, well, if I go fail, I'm going to fail. I go just skip it and done, which is, don't do this now. This is bad. This is me back then. For these kids now.
You're hanging out with Pap?
Actually, I wasn't hanging out with Pap. I wasn't hanging out with him.
It would have been more than 2 classes if you were hanging out with me.
Yeah, it would have been the whole day. So after I failed at 2 class, my mother, she had vexed because she always tell me if I want to play ball, which if everybody knows, my mother is one of my biggest role models. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am at. So she used to be like, hey, if you want to play, you can't be failing, and you got to get your grades up. So what happened was, that's when Coach Jad, because Jad was my coach in 8th grade. That's when he went and said my mother that, he's gonna start coaching St. Joseph team, and he would like me to come. And since me and he don't have a little connection or whatever, I said, okay, just to ease her mind, I said, you know what, I'll go. Because she really thought it was because of basketball is why I failed, but that was not the reason. Just I stopped going to the class then. So your future kids,
good
don't do that.
Good decision, man.
Right.
Good decision.
Tyrone, Alex said he want that smoke. So the next time he see you, just make sure you press it. So I was away. No, was I away?
Hello? Y'all can hear me, sir?
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
I think I was away when you make the decision to go to St. Joseph. So that was one of my questions. So good question. And I never know your story about how you end up in St. Joseph. Never knew that story. So that's something new I learned today.
Yeah, I didn't know either. That's true. I didn't know that. Yeah.
But everybody thought there, I used to be feeling bad when I went back to the school. Be like, what? Traitor, you leave the school, and then like, why? I said, I still love the school. I don't know it's Pat Barra. But he's like, wow, these guys really doing me this.
But it was a good decision. It was a good decision that you make, because it make the whole interscholastic competitive.
That's the other reason to be in, because I don't know, with the team, just watching how the team for my freshman year do and junior varsity do, we went undefeated, right? And Mumbai don't be playing with the big team. I was like, when I go play with a big team now, or whatever, what gonna happen? We gonna never lose. So I said, nah, man. I said we gotta equal this out a little bit to make things better. And I think, we, as doing that, we improve everybody's game, that year.
Here's the real truth. I can tell the real truth. This is what happened. Your coach Judge show up with $25,000 coffee. Tell the truth. It food stuff. And that was it.
No.
He stole you from us. He stole you.
So T-Gang, he play against you that year too? Or you are done gone?
Yeah, he played 1 year against me. Senior year.
He did, yeah.
A day I missed a game, and they almost beat us. So they would call me because we practiced.
Why you missed again?
I can remember that day too.
Yeah, I thought it was confident. We always to beat them, so I didn't come that game. Mumbai, you remember?
I remember that game. Coffee went off, man. He went off. It was crazy.
The funny thing about it, the next time we played that match, Tigan went off, and I was like, the partner who got it, Tigan.
They went off on me, so I had to take it back.
Hey,
but that's the same time you.
The man was like, no, I want to get Tigan. I said, all right, cool. Tigan went off, dude. I was like, I said, coach, you stay with me? I said, you know what? He got him. I done.
Mama, that's the same year your stardom take off too, right?
Yeah, that was my same year when Tiga was a senior too. That's the same year when I kind of start, eventually start getting
Yes.
good.
Correct.
But I think that game when Tiga missed, I think that game really elevated Coffee to another level in high school because he was like, Coffee was still young. He was in 10th grade that year,
10 grade.
and everybody know Complex was a team. Complex was a team, and Idorake was a team at that time. Central had a good team too, but just the way how Coffee took over that game, he was just unstoppable that game. Like it was ridiculous.
Wow.
And St. Joseph almost had the upset, but Complex just had more supporting cast, a lot of good players and stuff. So, but
Yeah, that's always the difference.
yeah.
Name some of the players that you had on your St. Joseph team.
I can't hear.
Name some of the players that you had on your St. Joseph team.
Well, I could hear me still.
I could hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you good.
I couldn't hear Beanie at all.
Beanie asked the question again.
The players
Where
that you had. You can hear me, Cup?
I ain't hear that, Beanie. What you say?
We might need to take you out and bring you back in.
Wait. Kofi, you could hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Beanie, talk.
Yo.
Yeah, I hear Beanie.
Tegan, talk.
All right, so we good. You better can hear me.
I can't hear Tegan.
Tegan.
Wow. So I got to go out and come back in.
Yeah, go out and come back in.
All right.
So while we wait on Tegan and Coffee, my question was like to name some of your St. Joseph players that you played with when you were there.
Well, my 10th grade year, it was me. Yeah, Christopher Isidore, Uriah Gaston, Alan Sam, Mountain and Richard. Playboy was there. Yeah, Playboy was there. Who else was there? The rest of the Carl was there my 10th grade year. Carl John.
Yeah, Carl John.
Yeah, he was there.
So he left Complex and went St. Joseph too?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I forget. Yeah.
You had a stick,
they had a
man.
good team.
We had a decent team that year. It was just me, Carl, Chris. No, Playboy wasn't there yet. I don't think Playboy was there yet.
Yeah, he wasn't there yet.
I don't think Playboy was there yet. So it was only me, Carl, and me, Chris, and Ting really was like, the front runners for the team. And then my 11 and 12 grade years when
That's Langi Tegan.
I see that.
Hey.
Sorry, Cup. Go ahead.
Mountain came, and yeah.
Go ahead, Tegan. You got the next question.
You can hear me now, Cup?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so we're there at St. Joseph now, so now is your time now to go to college because a lot of the youngsters them need to know about this. Like all of us who went and played college ball, how was your transition? I know you probably have had an easier step because your college coach was the national team coach, but I know you had rocky roads too. So can you talk a little bit about your transition?
I thought it was gonna be easier since he was my coach on the national team. Gosh, I could still remember that first day at conditioning, boy. We wake up. Then I say we got conditioning at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, huh? We gotta be by the gym 5:30. I'm like, huh? So I like 5:30 when in the afternoon. Like them I say morning. I'm like, huh? So I said, alright, cool. So I got in there. Now this, like I said, this is the first day of conditioning. Man, how we doing? All type of running I never heard of before. 31s, 21s, 17s, all type of thing. Now give and take, I got 7:30 class. I had to run till from 6 o'clock to 7. Tired as hell. Run back to my class, my apartment, shower, grab something to eat to be in time for class. I ain't in class like this all day. First day of practice, I was like, no, sir, what the hell? Because like you said, we never know nothing about conditioning. So I thinking all that next thing, after class, I gotta go lift weight training. So there's all I think I was for people who don't know, I was 180 pounds going into college. When I left college, my first year in college, I was 200 pounds. What motivated me to get was when I went to the weight room and I see a girl pushing 245 plates and I could barely push the damn bar.
Wow. I won't go back to the gym no more, Mr.
I have felt so embarrassed, like, what? No, sir. And they were like, because it's techniques. We know nothing about weightlifting, nothing like that. There's a lot of techniques.
Yeah, we never knew.
It's technique. So I make next thing I say I'm in half season. I started lifting weights twice a day. I refuse to be like coming back to that and seeing that girl lifting more than me.
So how you adjust to the culture, to the difference in culture? Like, how was your adjustment going to college?
Well, I mean, it was very difficult, coming from here, going up there with pretty much nobody but yourself to rely on. The food, you had to adjust to the food, the climate, because Kentucky cold. So it was a different. That was like, if it wasn't for ball and knowing that I wanted to play ball, I think like I'd been like, you know what, I'm going someplace cooler or something, because I can't deal with this cold.
First of all, for the people who watching this, he went to Murray State in Kentucky. Because people are asking what college you went to.
Yeah, Murray State, Kentucky.
And that's pretty much in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky. Just like 2 hours away from civilization.
That's how my friend, one of my boys will come and see me, right? I know back then he ain't had that bypass. I think he got bypass now, which I wouldn't know, but I think he do. One day, one of my Kevin, if I know Kevin Merchant, the man coming and say he come and check me. So I say okay. So the man, I don't give the man directions. So he came off the road, wherever. He like, dude, I go in the right way? I say, what happened? What you see? He's like, dude, all I see is a bunch of trees. I say, you're on the right track. Because it's just for an hour, I am so serious, for an hour and a half, it's just a bunch of trees you'll be seeing pretty much.
Yeah, I've been there, so I could attest to that.
Our closest mile, well, like I said, my freshman year, because remember, my freshman year is not really, I think, my 10th grade year or my 11th grade year. They turned wet. There was a dry county, which meaning that, you couldn't buy alcohol in store, in bars Sundays, and stuff like that.
Can't buy alcohol on Sundays.
To buy alcohol, you have to drive to Tennessee.
Wow.
That's a lot of it I'm meant to do. So it's like, our closest mile was Paducah, Kentucky, was like 40 minutes away. And that mile was small. So it's like, Murray was like, it was like really, at that time, it was a basketball county, but it was growing as of like with everything. Right now, if I go there, I know it's going to be way different than where I was my freshman year.
Have you left any records at your school and that's unbreakable to this day?
Well, I don't know if they broke it yet, but I had the most black record for the school, but I don't know if it's broken yet.
Okay, that's something that we gotta look up.
Yeah, and don't be mad at he was 3-time MVP of the league.
Nah, well, I was
2 or 3 times. I think it's 3 times.
No. I was I was 2 times MVP, I think, if I can recall.
That's how much awards this man win. He can't even remember, man.
Hey.
You was in the Valley State Conference or the Ohio Valley Conference?
Yeah. So, but I made the conference
change up a lot now. You really helped Murray State and you put that man on the map because you guys were super successful. And as you've seen, so many players now again drafted out to Murray State.
Right.
How was your chances in terms of NBA? Were you scouted at that time? Because I know you had a couple of trials, which we will talk about. How was that process?
I mean, everybody thinks just because you play ball and throw a ball and a basket that it's easy to get in the NBA. It ain't that easy. When I tell you, like, after I done school, I was like, what? I went to a camp, but the camp I went to was pretty much a BS camp. You know what I mean? So me being MVP in my conference, I didn't get invited to the Portsmouth camp, which is the camp for NBA. I didn't get invited to that.
Yeah.
With my, and I was averaging a double a year, my senior year. So it's like, okay, everybody talking, oh, your height, because your position you play, your height, well, that's like cool. So I ended up going overseas, play my fourth year overseas, I did well. And then at that time, when I was up in the States working out, just having, went to my agent working out. My agent called me, hey, there's a last spot for the Clippers summer camp team, tryouts if you want to go. I said, well, you know what? I was replacing somebody. So I went there, I did went, and it was a different ball game. What I mean by that is that, I know some of the guys was there, and I know I was better than some of these guys was there. So, but the thing is, they don't know in their mind who they want. This is how, I'll be straight up, this is how basketball wall is. No matter how good it is, if you don't have that connect, it's harder for you. Harder.
Yeah.
So I could not see who they were, who they were talking. Livingston was on the team. He was there, all the rookies. It's pretty much had 25 dudes fighting for, I want to say, 5 spots.
Wow.
So now you do the math. 25 dudes, that's the last person to come in. They don't know who they're watching or whatever. So I was there for 2 days, 3 days. And most of the time they were doing mostly drills. And then the mostly drills doing all of that. So they end up releasing me, which, like I didn't mind because, it was like an experience for me. And it's something on my resume. So like I said, okay, well, you know what? I know what I need to work on more or whatever. So they had a guy that ended up meeting me in Spain that played. I tell you about this story already. They ended up meeting me in Spain. And I see him. He came the second half of the season. So when I went, when I replaced it, I didn't play against him in the first half because they had another American. So they replaced him, bring him in. So the second half, so I see the new player, like, I know the name, but it just didn't register from where. So we start playing. Now they're away now. This is away. We start playing, and I was going off on that team. I think that game I had like 7 alley-oops that game.
Wow. I need that team.
That's gonna be hard to find. So during the halftime come, me and them are talking to each other, and we like, dude, what we know each other for? Both of we ask each other now, but we still ain't connect yet. So we playing the game, and like I've never had this in my career until a year, where our away team was trained for the home team was training for the away team. Their crowds are training for me, pretty much.
Wow.
How good, how I was killing. So anyway, so long story short, after the game, the man come to me. He was like, wait, hold up. When you had a summer camp with me? So when I look at him, like, yeah, we was in a summer camp together. The man will turn around and tell me, dude, them are stupid for not giving you a chance. I say, hey, it is what it is, and we just start talking and we link up. Funny thing is that we end up playing against each other again in South Korea.
That's crazy. So let's talk about some of the places you played, because you played at very, very talented countries, South Korea. What was your favorite? And can you name some of the other countries you played in? And what do you think about their basketball style? How is it related to our style?
Well, I got started with Spain. So because I've been in Spain for seven years. The first 6 years I played in the second division. Last year I played in the top division with ACB. And in Spain, as you can tell, they're more about skills. There ain't too much athleticism over there. It's just about skills, develop your dribbling, shooting. You leave one of them open, you best believe it going down. That's how it is over there. Like Europe, basketball is more about skills. So I played it for 7 years, and then from there I went to Russia. I played in Russia. Oh gosh, not a cold place. Oh gosh, my first year, and the team I was playing for in Russia my first year, right? Now, everybody know how big Russia is, right? That year, that's when they started a new, because they had a superior league, but they get rid of the superior league because of all the corruption and stuff they was doing in here. So they tried to do a league where they had like eight teams or top teams or whatever. So they're playing on one of the teams then. And put it this way, I was closer to fly to South Korea than I was flying to Moscow. And Moscow and where I was is in the same city, same country. It took me 8 hours to fly to Moscow every away game. That's a factor in the time difference. The time difference was 7 hours ahead of Moscow time. So now,
I mean, you used to get a lot of jet lag.
What jet lag was in the world, dude. After every game when we come home, I just drop everything and lay down. Then our next day was off. Don't call me. Don't tell me anything. My phone them off because I don't want to hear nothing. That's how bad it was. But like I said, it built character.
Definitely build character.
How was South Korea?
I get into that. So from there, I went to France.
Okay, sorry.
So I went to France. France. Oh, in Russia, Russia is more of a big man league. Well, it got a lot of big players. So, France. Then I went to France for 1 year, play with Le Mans, playing which is one of the top teams in France. And there is athleticism. That league is just fast-paced athleticism, type of deal. Then from France, I went back to Russia for 2 years, where I played in the Euro Cup. Traveled to all different cities, Jerusalem, Kazakhstan, you name it, I probably been there. Well, except Iran, except that area of Iran, I'm sorry what you can be. I ain't been on the side.
Yeah, he's scared, fam. He's scared.
So from there, I went back. After there, I went to South Korea for my last 2 years, and everybody would think like, "Wow, South Korea, wow, that South Korea is Americanized." To be honest, it's like because we're all American based over there, it is Americanized. There are a lot of American places like food that you can get. There's a lot of English, so don't think like some people. Oh, how you speak? Yeah, the coaches then that might not speak English, but they speak a little bit. I understand. Plus, we also had a translator. But like as of culture wise, I mean, it was a nice culture. Learning different food and everything. It was not bad.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I'm gonna step it back a little bit, but I do want you to come back to when talk a little more about your overseas experience. When you were in college, you had an opportunity to go nationals, and I remember, or did I ever make nationals? Because I remember watching you on TV.
I made it NCAA twice. I did it twice.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I remember being in college watching you play for nationals. How was that experience? Because when I was in college, we made nationals 2 years in a row, and it's just like a different atmosphere. You feel like a true celebrity when you're out there, and my college is nowhere near on the level of your college that you went to. So
I mean, it was a different experience because that was the first time we game escorted by police to the game. You reach up to the you see all the press. People calling you, pulling you. It's like, you're playing in the Chicago Bulls Stadium. It's just like different, like, whoa, this is like shock. Like, never thought it had been like that.
You feel like a real celebrity, like all the attention there. You got, like you said, you got to do press after the game. News reporter coming up to you, asking you questions, and how far did you make it in nationals?
the both times we made it, we got the first round, and I mean by sophomore year when we made it, we actually was supposed to win that game because we was up
versus Georgia, right?
Versus Georgia, we was up by 20, and we ended up losing that game because guys on the team start feeling themselves.
Right.
And then Jarvis Hayes, he catch on fire the second half. And, when I tell him my coach, like again, same situation, I asked my coach, do you want me to guard him? But he didn't want me to guard him because he didn't want me to get in foul trouble because he knows he needs me in the game. So he was trying to play like strategic, but he went off. The man went off, and you end up losing the game. Then the second time, oh my gosh, the second time, this is crazy. We end up the second leading scorer of the team, right? We end up going there without two of our good players because they get kicked off the team a week before we leave to go to the tournament. One get kicked off for of course drugs, which shit it happens. The other one get kicked. But what I love
drugs in terms of marijuana, drugs in terms of
marijuana. No, marijuana. Smoking,
okay, the weed.
Smoking weed. Which that's the. But the second one, when I tell her what this man get kicked off, right? I go take a joking. This man get kicked off for stealing pork chops.
That's wild. That's the wild. That's the way.
Cause he was always getting problems. You know what I mean? He was always getting problems. I think I joking. He was always getting problems. And I know we play on a team, right? And I don't know if you struggling, you ask one of your teammates, hey, you give me a hand, everybody gonna look out for each other. That's all the man had to do to the man went Kroger's and tried to steal some pork chop, boy. Get kicked off the team, right? And he was the second leading scorer on the team. So when we went to the
That's a good one.
When we went to the tournament, now we done being 2-man shot. So not to make excuses, I went out there and play. Them I won't making nothing. Because I was getting double team. So it's like they know that okay, we take me out of the game, they got a good chance. So I getting double team. I passing the ball, shooters were making their shots. It's just one of those days. We end up losing.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Pat.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
In college, you started your year with Coach Anderson, and I don't remember what year he left.
He left my junior year. After my junior year.
How was that transition between your Coach Anderson and the coach that took over?
well, if y'all know Mick Coronin, who coaches Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Right. Because he was before he reached Cincinnati, he was the assistant coach for Rick Pitino at Louisville, which sucks because Louisville wanted me out of high school, but I didn't know until after I sang with Murray State. Anyway, that's another thing. Anyhow, so you don't know if y'all know anything about basketball. Rick Pitino's style of ball is press. That high tempo game.
Right.
You don't care who shoot. You go come out fast. Back and shoot at 3. He don't give a hell. His thing is press, speed up the game. So
that's why Kentucky is my favorite team.
He came with that same mentality there, boy. So, for everybody who plays, know that ours get spring training. So come spring training, why I feel like I did preseason all over. I was like, dude, we didn't preseason or no? So anyway, so he just wants so the man walk into the room and the man when I stand up, the man watch me. This is the Cuthbert Victor you're hearing about. You're like, wow. I don't see nothing special. So I said, this is spring training now. I said, cool. So fast forward now. What? So fast forward now.
Should have slapped him.
we in preseason now, right? And I realized, look, preseason is nothing compared to the spring training. So I asked him, I said, yo, why spring training was harder than preseason? He was like, oh, I just want to see who will quit. I was like, really? So anyhow, so back to that comment now. One more I say, he said, so when we play our first exhibition game, the comment he made about and nothing, he seen that first exhibition game, I think I had a double-double. I think I had like 27 and 15 rebounds or whatever, 27.15. I went crazy. Man, come after the game. Okay, now I see what they're talking about. So that whole season, like he was like impressed. Like even when we play it was SIU, right? Yeah, they was ranked 25 that year, I think. We beat them. We was down actually 20 points, if I can remember, in the last 10 or 5, about 7 minutes of the game, and we ended up winning that game. Because he was like, yo, we pressing this game until we done. And we came back in the game, and in that game there.
Let me ask you.
In that
Wait.
game,
Hey, hold on. Somebody got a question I want to get to who watching the live, but I want Coffee to finish this first.
No, I gotta say something crazy I've never done in my life until that day was that game day, right? I shot at 3. And of course you don't know your shot. Everybody know when you feel your shot don't go in or wherever.
Right.
So I felt I don't know it was going off. But that ball hit the rim right before the ball started coming down. I was dunking the ball in the rim.
What?
My coach watched, the assistant coach, right? His word was, did he just effing do that? And I was like, I didn't even realize I did that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, go ahead, Mumba.
Now you have done some stuff that blow my mind. I can talk all day, but today's your show, so you keep telling us stories.
All right, so Langolo asked a question, so I wanted to get to her question. She asks, who was the most influential person in your life that attribute to your basketball career? That's a pretty good question too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, watching Pang, watching Man League, watching all these older guys in Man League, Terry playing with Terry Simon, back then I used to watch NBA like that. I didn't know nothing about NBA like that, to be honest. Besides Michael Jordan, everybody think it was Michael Jordan. So but I more local guys, to be honest.
I used to always tease you about that. You used to only basketball. Now I know a few more now, but back then you were the only basketball player that was as good as you was that didn't watch basketball on TV. Like I didn't understand that, man.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's why he hated ESPN. I had to force you to watch.
Oh my gosh.
So Coffee.
Yeah, Muma.
So I'm gonna take it all the way back to high school because I wanted to hit on this a little bit, and I could be wrong, but like you said that when you was in complex that your freshman year, and you was looking at the team and you was like it wasn't gonna be fair, and you went to St. Joseph. Me personally, I thought that was like the best decision you made, and the fact that you being at St. Joseph, I think that it put so much pressure on you I won't say pressure, but I said you had so much more responsibility compared to if you was playing a complex or you was playing on our team. You wouldn't have had that much responsibility. You wouldn't have to work that much harder to playing the game. So I felt like when you was playing at St. Joseph, it was so much responsibility you had, and it was such tough matchups that you had to face every game. And the reason I say that is because while I was at complex, we never guarded each other, but we had Tyrone Lake, which is Tegan cousin, that would guard you, and he was tough. So, and you would meet a lot of backs and ones and stuff like that. So it was real tough in high school because I used to watch all the games. So I thought that that really helped you and your game going into college as well too. You want to touch on that?
I mean, it actually did, because like when me and I was just tell our campus, right? Stop playing with people that stop trying to get all the best players. So me being on a team where I have to carry the team, we have only like 3 good players pretty much. The other players can play, but we got 3 top players.
Yeah.
Coach judges to me like, hey, when you get the ball, don't pass it, dribble it up, take your shot, go to the basket, rebound, that's why I was good at doing every little thing, because he forced me to be that type of player. It wasn't like, okay, as a big man. No, I wasn't a big man. He like, you're a guard. Play like a guard. Yeah, you're a big man, you play inside, but you play like a guard. So don't when you get rebound, don't look for the point guard. If you find him, pass it to him. But if you can't, just bring it up. And like I said, playing against other players, it raised my caliber because, I had to step up. So I ain't had no day off pretty much.
That's
Especially
true.
like, we play against Complex Central, it was no day off for me. So it's like I could remember that same day when Mark tell me I would never score 40 points at Complex again. And Mark keep his word. Mark pull, dash, and then
Dash
for the whole game.
And then
Dash came in the game, backs and 1. I had my 20 points or whatever, but I worked for that 20.
Yeah.
Dash had me on box and one. As soon as I take again a break, here come Dash. Two halves, like it's like two guys that don't never stop running. So what you could do? You know, so it's like
Guy right the game.
Man.
And that's true. The thing about Brian Dash and Tyrone, these are two guys like Coffee said. They don't get tired. These guys is naturally strong. They get stamina, and they didn't care to score any buckets. They care all they worried about is playing defense. So
exactly. So it was very hard.
Something I want to touch on too was that, and I kind of realized it later on after I finished playing basketball. I was playing baseball. I used to always reflect back on high school basketball, and I used to always watch you in college and stuff like, Pangatigan touched on college and the NCAA tournament. I used to always follow you and stuff like that. And I think I don't know if people really talk about this, but you was kind of ahead of your time. And the reason why I say that is because you were 6'5", 6'6" on St. Croix playing high school basketball, but you could shoot the three-pointer, you could shoot the mid-range, you could box out, you could block, you could play defense, you could like punch and all you could guard a point guard. You was like super versatile. You was like a Tracy McGrady type of wing type of player. And I think you was like ahead of your time. And the reason why I say that is because when you went to college, you was more like a power forward. You was more in that range.
Actually, when I started my freshman year, I was at the 3 guard.
Yeah.
I was a 3 guard. What happened was after because my freshman year, they had this guy Isaac Spencer. He was an All-American. And
that dude was a beast.
He was a beast. I know you're talking
about.
So
what happened was,
it's crazy.
They were trying to get him, just like me. He's like about my height, Believe it or not, he's about my height. And he did the same thing I did pretty much. But what happened is like the same situation. They were like, oh, he can't, which I could have shoot better than him. So they tried to transition him into a 3. So because of that, I wasn't starting. That's why I wasn't starting. I was coming off the bench. So when they realized that won't working and it was hurting us, they move him back to the 4 and say, hey, we're going to do what we got to do. And they move me to the 3. And that's when I'm starting the last 12 games of my freshman season. After that, now, 10 games, myself, when you're coming back and going to play the 3, it ain't happen because why? I was the best. Okay, I was the best player with the best footwork in the post, pretty much. So they moved me from the 3 to the 4. And ever since then is when I be stuck with the 4 in college.
All right, so
but you do know you are unstoppable in the post, right, Coffee? Because I have not met a man to this day who can stop you in the post. And even when we used to be in the national team, Coffee would tell you this story. When the team is struggling, I always say, all right now, Cuff, we need 2 points. Go. Get your big ass in the post because I'm coming to you.
That's true.
That was one stopper. Coffee go and post up. That was it.
That's so true.
So, Coffee, quick question. Did you think them moving you to the 4 kind of hurt you as far as trying to make it to the NBA, getting better looks?
I won't say it hurt me per se because, like I said, it kind of a little bit because they were saying, oh, they don't know if I could handle it, they don't know if I could do all this stuff. Because honestly, my first 3 years, my coach, love him, he restricted me a little bit. So like when I would try to do like on the national team, he lets me go, do whatever I want. But as soon as I come back to the school, he's like, he holding me back. I'm like, dude, why are you doing me this? You know what I mean? Yeah. I felt, honestly, if I had my coach that my senior year, no disrespect to no coach or nobody or whatever, if I had him my freshman year, I'd have been in a different situation.
I believe so because you was really, because like you said, we work out all the time. You could have ball handle, you could have been point. You're a better dribbler than you always think you, and I always tell you, Coffee, you can dribble or no? You think you can't dribble, but you can dribble, so you need to stop.
Right.
You have a nice crossover, to get off your shot. I mean, you was just basically the perfect player, but he never really unleashed you like you say. And I believe if you had that coach that went to Cincinnati, right? He came from Cincinnati.
Right.
I think that guy would have really unleashed you.
Right.
Yeah. So, Coffee, real quick.
But you ever try to push back, Coffee? great with Sylvester, I remember. Because like I was telling the other day, I was telling on the vibe I was doing on show. I poked my coach a little bit too, you know, 'cause he tried to put me in a little you know when you're there in college they want you in this little box in their mind. So
Right.
I used to poke a bit. So before he never wanted me to come down and pull up the trees. But I used to tell the man that's my game. Now when I pull up for the tree and I make it, he made me run down suicide. But I still came back down and pull up, and then he you know, he was like, you gotta make all of them. And I used to be like, yeah, I gotta make all of them because that's my shot. So I was poking a little bit. You ever poke at Sylvester? Dude, I going out in the ring and show you.
Only some
Are
games I
you were
did
just
that. I ain't gonna lie. Some games I did that because I get to the point where like, you know what? Shoot, you're gonna take me out of the game, you're gonna take me out. What you gonna do? You know, I force his hand. And like you said, T, I used to come down
yeah,
sometime and shoot the
and
ball.
it's not a disrespect to the coaches. It's just a you just know your game and you
Right.
want to know where your game can go. You can have to poke a little bit back.
Right. A lot of time, you know, coaches could come up with the schemes and the strategies, but ultimately use the one out on the court, man. You know, you truly know what's going on, and sometimes you definitely got try some things, Mr. because that's the only way you're gonna know truly where your game is at.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They got
So
two customer questions, Mumba.
yeah.
One from Chicken and one from Shiniko.
Okay. So Pan, go ahead and ask Coffee the question then.
So
So
I'll start with Chicken. Why did you pick Murray State and not another school to attend?
Well, I'm gonna be honestly, Murray State, out of all the school that was getting offers from, Murray State was the best choice for me because they offered me a full scholarship, and the rest schools then was like basketball wise wasn't as had more transition than Murray State. Like I said earlier in the show, it's not till after I signed with Murray State. That same, like I said, because you think I remember when I signed in St. Thomas with Murray State?
Yeah.
When I was in St. Thomas, I signed in St. Thomas when I was in Murray to go to Murray State. About an hour and a half later, the coaches from Louisville come,
University of Miami.
and I was like,
If you had get the offer before signing from Louisville, you think
I was going Louisville. No disrespect to Murray. I love Murray. That's my, but I mean, love Murray State. You know, that's my alma mater. But let's be real. We all know that I will play ball, bigger school, you know, legendary coach.
right?
Let's be real.
Kind of glad you went Louisville because Patino got a lot of heat around him these days. So I kind of glad you went there. Even though
Well,
he's one of my
being glad
favorite.
because it wasn't bad heat for players. It's bad heat for the coaches, but not for the players. Them.
No, sir.
True.
What do you mean?
So Coffee, Carrie Ann Shepard asks, did your academics in high school impact which colleges you could play for or impact which colleges scouted you?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. Not because you want to be honest, like, you know, it's very hard. And I don't want to make this an excuse because, you know, that's what we always tell our kids, you got to work hard. Because coming from here, it makes it 10 times harder to get recruited. You know, 10 times. So it's like, the other thing would be joking when we're like, hey, you got to be on top of everything. It's not because we're trying to bring them down or try and make them, no, because we know what it takes. We know, you know how it is. You know, people from when they reach the school, they're like, Virgin Islands? What the hell is the Virgin Islands? You know, it's like, really? You know, so it's very, very demanding, and it's, man.
So we have another question. Pan, can you read that question? The one about what made the move with Carlos? I can't see who it is.
And that's Shiniko.
Okay.
So do you think if you had made that move with Carlos, would it have made a different outcome in your career?
I honestly, I wouldn't know. At that time, I was only 12. Around that time.
You and Carlos played, if my memory serves me correct, are you played JV together in Complex?
No.
Okay.
Carlos didn't play with me. Carlos I leave after, I think even before I went Complex, Carlos I leave.
Yeah. He leave after middle school.
Yeah, he leave after middle school.
That's right.
Yeah,
that dude was serious.
Yeah, he was nice too.
Yeah, my mother won't allow that beanie. They won't allow that at she was like, I was a baby, I was only 11, 12 years old. Not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So I have another question from Jason Page. He's actually my college teammate. We play baseball together. How did you handle going from starting in high school to coming off the bench your freshman year?
Oh man, it was rough. But I already don't know because my freshman year I wanted to actually redshirt. But because like what I wanted to redshirt because I wanted to learn like the way everything works. Because like I said, coming from home, you know, we don't know nothing about weight training, nothing about conditioning like that, you know, nothing about plays like that. So I wanted to learn everything. It just I was forced to play because we had incidents on the team where players couldn't play. So that made my transition even harder because now I got pretty much jump in the fire. So I got to learn all this stuff and play. You know, learning to balance college, going to school, coming from school, got to go straight practice. From practice, going to study hall. It's like, you know, way different experience.
So, Coffee, you didn't watch basketball on TV. That's, I
didn't
I'm
watch it a lot.
still, it's amazing. It's
if you get me
amazing.
if I watch basketball, it was mostly like college games. I used to watch NBA like that, but not a lot.
So all that being said, give me your top 5 NBA players and then your
Right
top
now?
5 BI players that you like.
Right now, NBA wise, okay, I would say, of course, MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Timmy, and I would say my next, I would say, who I would put there. To be honest, I won't know who I gonna put at the top.
Better pick somebody.
I mean, I would put Curry there because not because of how great of a shooter he is. It's because I know he works hard. And all them players works hard. See, they're just thinking that these guys come there and just shoot whatever. I guarantee you, Curry is all them shots that they see Curry making. He is practicing that over and over and over. You know, so that's something I would say like that's discipline. As of for VI, of course, you all know Team is top. You know, they get Raja, they get is Bola, Tigan Boy, you know, Terry, because you know I play with Terry, Tyrone, you know, there's a lot of guys, man, from the VI.
That's a good 5. That's a pretty good 5.
Yeah, so when you listen up, I want to know getting on there.
Huh?
He's an instigator.
I know.
Okay. Coffee cannot cheat because he put TB in. I will count Timmy because Timmy is on a different level.
Okay,
so
then I'll put
and Raja Bell. Take the two of them out.
Why?
Take Raja Bell and Timmy out.
I can't take Raja Bell because Raja Bell had me my first year on the national team.
We want Raja Bell and Timmy. They played in NBA, but we mean like local. Your top 5 local, like Man League. Local. We play Man League together, etc. Like that.
Okay, Tyrone, of course, Zoro. You know, I would say, of course, Beanie and Tegan. And
they don't count.
What do you mean they don't count? They
Excluded us.
Oh,
we want to like.
We got to get you ticket. We have to make you think.
Yeah, we want you to bring up people that people don't know. Really haven't really seen like that. So, like Bola is a good one, and
so,
you know.
Oh, I know one. I go say Sonil.
Nice.
Sonny was a quiet assassin.
Yes.
Yes, Sonny is of course the G-Gun. Toughest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Big up Toughest.
You know, so I mean, at that time, even Kasim used to do his thing in Man League.
Man, Kasim just don't know. Like this is one man that just don't know how good he was.
He was so good.
Kasim was one of my favorite players to play with. He just ain't had like that drive, you know.
Drive.
Like, my son, that dude was just natural bull talent, my son. Like the smoothest big man we had in high school basketball at the time. The most skillful, like, post player at that time.
Yes.
And we have a question. Oh no, I can't see the name.
Ask the
About
question and I'll tell you the name.
is about before going to St. Joseph, did you consider going to high school in the States? I don't know who asked that question. I can't see the name.
That question came from Tristan Dugan De Niro.
Dugan, he be on my team.
Okay.
Well, I did thought about it. I actually had a chance to do it, but I didn't do it because I didn't want to go back a grade. They wanted me to when I went with Tegan, when we went over to play with the Chicago team, when we played against all those future NBA players or whatever. Deepal
Which we
came
didn't know, and we busted
which we didn't know. Deepal came and they wanted to sign me already to come to college. Their deal was I was supposed to come up there, play in to go to the one of the top high school was Whitney Young. If I was supposed to go there, but I was supposed to go back a grade because they wanted me to play 2 years. And from there I would have been going to DePaul after that. But I didn't felt it because I didn't want to go back a grade, to be honest.
Like that's one of the things people like need to hear too, like some of the struggles or some of the hurdles that we done got overcome when it comes to basketball, because being at St. Croix or the Virgin Islands don't have that exposure, and sometimes you do get an opportunity. These are some of the things you face with. First of all, you got find a family to go up there and live with.
Right.
And anybody want to do that, to go and live in somebody's house and like you don't know. And I mean,
Exactly.
it could be some nice family, but you also gotta get this placement thing coming on. They always want to put you back a grade. Always in any situation. When you leave here to go up there, they always want to put you back a grade. Them is things that you got to really think about. And like that, again, the culture difference, because a lot of time the only place I would say kids that get offer where they might want to go is when the kids get offer to go to Miami. Other than that, it's always like California. Jomo went to Alaska. Carlos went Delaware. Like all these way out places, my son. Like, man, you gotta really think hard to make that type of decisions.
Right.
But I'm glad you touched on that, because I didn't even know you had
that was
the
the
offer
first.
to go away to play ball. I didn't know that. That's something new I learned.
So, Carl, how much medals you have represented for the BI? Because I know you got quite a lot.
Well, as much with me, I
You have
can't
one more than me.
remember that. No, man. I probably get one more than you. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably get
I
more.
think 11 or 12 you got.
About that. Yeah, I'll be more the house.
And how do you really feel like really representing the Virgin Islands? Like you said, we touched a little bit about the pride and stuff like that, but when we first started, we were just doing it for the love. Like how did you feel playing for the BI? And you was actually the last of all of us still playing. You pretty much just retired last year. You still playing. What's the deal with that?
Well, I mean, you don't know. VI is where we're from, and I always try to make we better. If basketball, this is our way of doing it. This is a way of we being seen. That's how I always thought about it. Representing for your island, and that's how I always every time I go out on a court, is a extension to VI. I got to represent to the best of my ability for VI. For my VI family, brothers and sisters, whatever. Because that's why I raised up, grown, born. That's me. So it's like I always felt that you gotta put your best foot forward, because there are people from home who's watching you, and they expect you to, whether they expect you to go or not. I always felt that we got target on our back, so we just gotta come out and do our best every day, and that's how I always see the thing. See, up to this day, because I was trying to actually again. I was supposed to play in February with the national team, But me being professional, because I didn't feel like I was in good condition. I tell Tegan I can't play. I'm not going to play because I didn't want to go there and not represent the way I know how to represent. I didn't want to make we look bad. I look bad or everybody. So I said, nah, T, I'm going to wait till the next round when I get in better condition and I know I could perform and help the team. And that was my reason for not playing in February.
So you would go, if they call you this summer, you would go and play again?
I would get a little shot. If I'm in condition and I can go, I'll go.
So let me ask you, how did you become John Cena?
You keep saying it's me. That was Oscar. That was Oscar. Oh my God.
So Mumba, let me tell you this story because I was a fan watching this thing. We was playing Antigua in Bahamas. And we have the two Murray State Greek guards, Ivan Oscar and Coffee, just abusing the damn players them, throwing them man into the fifth row. One dude get knocked out. So it looked like he was the trainer for Antigua, right?
He was somebody at the bench.
He was like,
somebody at the
bench.
He
was like, you didn't watch what going on? You ain't with these man out here doing? What is this? WCW? Who this man? John Cena? We just went off.
I ain't gonna lie, Oscar take out that man.
We just went off, man. What I tell you, my boy said, this WCW, this John Cena out there. I was like, what?
Yo, that man, after when Oscar finished do that man didn't say wanted to play no more.
That was crazy.
That story sounds familiar, Tegan. You remember Coconut?
That take out Jaja.
That story sounds so familiar, my son.
Say left the man them out your buckle. A buckle, man, the man them a buckle. You
that what they say when I take out Jaja, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was so funny, my son. The ref just blowing the whistle, and I turned to the ref, my son. I do from sinking. He said, ref, the man them a buckle. The man them a buckle. The man them buckle.
Hey, we get two questions. We get two questions in the comments.
Oh man.
I don't know who asked them. I can't.
Go ahead and read them. I'll tell you who asked.
This is awesome. That's funny, brother.
Hey, Mumba, them national team trips, they be crazy, we just meet so many things that happen right outside the game. People don't know about it. It's crazy.
Mitch, that boy bad, boy. That boy bad. Mitch.
Oh. That's another inside story. Oh my God. We was like Jordan. You know the story with Jordan and Pepe wanted to coach? We had this driver from Bahamas telling me about a dude named Mitch. He's a good player. He's a good player. But me and Coffee don't know we way better. But then I was hyping him up like he's the greatest thing, my son. And the battle, like, my son, I don't want no part of Mitch, boy. Mitch bad, he bad. So when we kept Mitch ain't want no part of that ball, Mumba. If he scored 5 points, he lucky. That was it.
Mitch scared.
So, Chicken had a question. Playing for the VI national team from 2001 to now, what year do you think you guys had the best time to make it to the Olympics? Also, do you think the talent was better then or now, VI wise?
I would say, guys, our best chance it was if we had that team that we are winning that year in St. Thomas. If we always had that team, I think we'd have reached farther, to be honest. But I mean, as talent-wise, I would say we getting a lot of good talent now. Where there's more all-around talent. Where guys like when me and Tegan were playing, we go into these tournaments and we playing 35 minutes a game, 4 days back to back. We had a game like that, Tegan, I can't feel my legs, and everybody, all on it.
And that's facts.
Look how high that roof there from the ground.
Well, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I think I can't feel my legs. So it's like I feel now they get more of a helping cast. We had too
That's
much guys, and that was
that's
one of our biggest problems.
yeah, that's one thing I could always say about the national team. You know, some years we had some players that they just wanted a free trip
Right.
and or they just wanted to be seen, like come in and they weren't really for the VI, they were for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just
Yes.
wanted to get a
One
job.
contract, one job.
Right, right. And those teams used to just totally take us out of whack, missing. And
Man.
we had a few years when we had some players, and the thing about it, it wasn't the stardom players, the people with the big names that we had, and them is some of the best teams that we had when we didn't have those big names. And
Yes.
Right?
those are some of the best teams that we had. We had like there was a few people on the team, a few players on the team. You just know always gonna be there. Me, Tegan, Coffee, and
Calvert,
what
Jason,
Jason? What Jason last name be? Williams?
Jason Edwin.
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 I would just leave it at that Calvert too. But Calvert has started to get like his knees them have started to really like act up. But the four of us, Jason, you, Tegan, and myself, we were just guaranteed to just
Right.
always be the one to
be
want come and play. And as long as if we had like more than that four to just consistently come, and I ain't saying everybody used to be like that. People was playing other places, had job opportunities other places that they couldn't make it. But we just needed like a solid, instead of a solid four, we needed like a solid 7 or 8 players, good players,
Yeah,
like a core
I agree.
that was always there, and we could have taken it a lot further than we did. Even though we make it to some good heights, to like Vegas and even that one time I playing Puerto Rico, them was some good heights, because I think if
Yep.
them 2 years, if we are qualified, that was the Olympics to answer chicken question. Then I think what year I played USA in Puerto Rico?
2003.
2003. So that was 1 year because we had to qualify to get here. As the
Yeah.
same that we had to qualify to play in the World Games in Las Vegas. So I think them was the 2
So
chances that we
let me
had.
share a little bit. Let me share a little bit more info for the people in Tupac, because they don't understand our region and how proud they should be for the Virgin Islands even being that sector. We have USA, number 1 team in the world, right? And those time Argentina was the number 2, number 3 team in the world. So you got USA, Argentina, you got Puerto Rico, you got Brazil, you got Uruguay, you got Venezuela, you got Canada with Steve Nash, you got Dominican Republic, and you got little old Virgin Islands. It's amazing we were even competing against these type of teams. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It was so hard, but some way we always find a way to get there.
Right.
It's crazy.
You good, Coffee? Because you're making a lot of noise over there.
Yeah, it does. I don't know why.
I got a question for Tria, you guys, in a minute. Tria Ayo. I think that's a pretty good question. I'm gonna get to you guys, but I have another question I want to get to in the comments too. I don't know if you see it, Pang. I can't see the name, but I can see the question.
Go ahead and ask a question.
If you could pick one of your peers you play with in St. Croix to play with in college, who would be your pick?
That's from Maha Joseph, Paradise Massive.
Of course, I go. No disrespect going with Tegan. I needed a good point guard in college.
You will.
I missed the question.
The question was would? Oh, go ahead.
If I tell I had a thing, I won't believe me. Murray State could have been the way we had it set up, right? Of course, I know Pang is before us, so Pang is our. We look up to Pang. I don't know that. But
That's
the
true.
way we had this set up, right? Because Tegan and Jabari was ahead of me. A lot of people don't know this, but Murray State was supposed to sign Tegan and Jabari. while studying that, and then I was supposed to come. That was the plan. But some reason it didn't happen because I guess the coach didn't like how Tegan was playing at that time. And Jabari didn't care too much for the coach. So everything fell. And I ended up still going to Murray State. But imagine that team now. That'd have been crazy.
Tell you, it would have been a monster team.
Right.
And you know what funny about that story, Coffee, that you just tell? After I signed with Jacksonville, which was actually Coach Sylvester, my coach in Jacksonville was actually his coach, which is Coach Durham. He was the assistant to Coach Durham.
Right.
I actually played for Sylvester coach. When he realized what I was doing in college, he come and tell me, I really made a mistake. I should have signed you. Hey, too late. And it is what it is. I got.
Hey, we got another question from Honor. You see it, Pang?
I hope I don't kill me if I pronounce your first name. Is it Cena Granville?
Yeah, good. You got it.
Did playing ball impact your decisions? Oh, it went away.
Did you want me? I'll pick you up.
Go ahead.
Did playing ball impact your decisions on a college major, or did they
Did it go
kind
hand in
of
hand?
Nah, I picked my own major.
Okay.
I always wanted to go in college to study business.
That's what you that's what your degree is in?
Yes, business management.
All right. So go ahead, Pang. I got a question I want to ask Triayo, but go ahead, Pang. We was gonna ask.
One last college question from me. So I got a chance to see you play your last home game in college. Come and see you live. And we actually had me and your brother and your cousins put something together to surprise you for your last home game with your mother being there. So you didn't have no idea we were coming.
Dude, I had no idea.
That's pretty
no
hot.
idea being.
Pretty nice.
We were there the night before your game, just being there,
And the thing about this, right? One of my teammates, I know this, because he was the one coordinating everything.
Yes.
And he was the one that I was wrong. One of the guys and he did not he didn't say one thing about it. One thing is when I found out that he was the one coordinating, I was like, you. And he just started to laugh.
So how was that feeling when your mother showed up in the gym and you were getting ready to play?
It was an amazing feeling because I had done starting to feel being away from home. I done start seeing Ali's everybody with their parents and their siblings or family there for college night. And I done wow, it's one of those nights for me where I gonna be down again. And then when they come in and I see my mother and my family come out, I'm like, no, this ain't just happened.
It was awesome. That was a good night. We had a lot of fun.
Well done, Pang. Well done.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Their gym atmosphere, they had a nice gym atmosphere. Their fans to really show out. And it was good to see he on the floor with his mother. His mother handed the flowers and everything. It was just a nice experience. It was a nice little drive for us because we drove from Florida to Murray, Kentucky. It was like a 10-hour drive. And it was cool. Enough jokes in the van. Big up to his cousin Ivan. That dude, I know this man Allen Complex didn't know how funny he was, so he entertained with the whole trip. He and his brother Barry. They were Winsbot, his mother. At the time, my kid's mother. I had no kids yet, so we drove up there, and it was a nice little trip, man. I glad Winsbot called me and asked me to make the drive with you, and I was happy I was excited to go and see Coffee play for the first time live in college. So that was a nice little trip.
That was awesome.
I'll let you tell the story. Finish the story.
Nothing to tell about that story.
So I get, yeah. So now this question kind of goes together with the whole Morris State wanting to sign Tegan and and Jabari and stuff. Do you guys think you think it's better when the national team usually have players? It doesn't have to be the most popular players or players who have that connection with the VI, but they play high school in the States and stuff like that, and maybe they kind of well known up in the States, but not as St. Croix. But do you think is more important when is the players them that you guys grew up together with and watch each other playing on the national team? You feel like that team is usually more better chemistry wise compared to the teams where they pick players from different areas that you don't really have that type of relationship with and you never really played with them before?
Well, I would say it's a yeah and no.
Me too.
Because I would say yeah for the fact, okay, yeah, we know each other, whatever. And the reason I would say no for the fact is because those guys in the States, some of them, they don't really care, It's like they don't know what the VI pride is, you know what I mean? So, but they do have some of them who comes there and understand, even though that they wasn't raised there, whatever, they understand that their parents from there and they understand that, hey, this is something that could better my career. So they come with a mindset of wanting to learn and wanted to make something better for where their parents came from. So, but there's some of them that just come there and be like, hey, like Tiga said, this is another trip.
I have a two-part to that question, and I forget a name too that was a part of our core, and I forget his name because this is another one of my favorite players. Even though he didn't grow up in the Virgin Islands, I think he spent a short time as a child.
Shakes.
No, but Shake is one of my favorite people. Period. Like period.
Yeah.
But Frank Elegant, he was another one of our
Spidey.
core. Yeah.
Spidey.
But to answer your question, Mumba, I would say a two side to that. I think it would be good for the local team, the local players to be the majority of the national team. But I think it's also beneficial to have some of the players to come from abroad because of their exposure and their it's not much for them to adjust to the type of battle they're about to experience, and because they have seen it up there, like from high school, college, wherever they play, and some of them also play overseas. So I would say it's because I remember when I first played national team, I was still in high school, so it was a shock to me because like the players in a national team, they're stronger. Like the two guard, he is a pure shooter. That's all he on the team for most international team. Like these people they don't breathe their role. So like I think the experience that some of the players from a foreign bring to the national team, I think is good. I think it's good for them to come and learn the culture because they had some players like they were just basking in the moment of just being around, learning about their parents' culture, and even though they probably just visit a few times, but some of these players that come from a foreign are just soak it in, and I think it's a good mixture. I think it's a nice mixture. I feel like they should always get a player from home that ain't playing in college, that ain't playing in and whether it's to nurture them before they go to college, or whether if they're really like showing out in man league or so, just to give them that experience. So like I'd say it's always like it should always be a nice blend.
What about you, Tiga?
No, that's well Pan and he says there's not really much more I can say to it. They pretty much hit it on the nail. The only thing I would add on is just what Pan said. Giving some of the younger players, the local players, an opportunity to get a feel of the level. Because a lot of the times, too many people in the Virgin Islands think because we play man league, you can just go out there and dominate international ball. That is so far from the truth. That ain't no way close. Now because you probably after 13 man league, you go cover the national team and think you're gonna do the same. You are playing against sometimes really good professional players. And these guys are pretty good. So, not only it's about just running ball anymore. You gotta be very intelligent. Them man gonna scout you. Them man after they don't watch you 2 times on tape, they're gonna take away your best stuff. So it'll be good for them to get that type of experience. I think in terms of growing the Virgin Islands talent, we just need a lot more exposure for the younger talent them to be out there like on the national stage. And I think we've been starting to do it with the junior national team. So hopefully now we'll start to see a wave of more local players coming through the pipeline. But they need to get exposure, because if you don't get exposure, you're not just going to take players homegrown and just throw them out there and think they're going to do magic. It don't work like that. We'll get embarrassed. You know, we'll get.
One thing I want to say with the exposure some of the young players will get, like, just come in with an open mind. Remember, you experienced this your first time playing with the national team. You didn't get much playing time, you know you could have contributed to the team. Yeah. And we have seen a lot of young players come and didn't get that playing time, and they decide right there and then they ain't coming back again. And we got to kind of like get out that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like I think not to call him out, because he turned out to be an excellent professional player. One of Craig Williams, his first experience on the national team, I remember Craig and I think Paidi was there on the trip. I think we were in Cuba when his rookie time with the team, and he made his decision that he ain't coming back, period, because he didn't play. I think they let Uzi them hear it on the trip. And sometimes things like that is well deserved, but just to keep an open mind that sometimes it's just to be there, to get that experience, to see what it's all about is very important too, as much as you might want to play. But I'm glad that he came back. He didn't hold that against them and everything, and he came back and he turned out to be one of the the go-to players that I used to go on the trips with, and he turned out to be a real good professional player. So he's a perfect example of, like, from your first trip, and if you don't play much, don't let that be your deciding factor if you're gonna play again, because you never know what the next trip gonna be for you. Just take the experience and soak it up to take it to the next time you get invited, or you try out for the team and you get picked, or whatever the case may be, and you don't get like a little knowledge of what you gotta do to play at that level, or whatever the case may be.
I got a question. We got a question in the comments, but before I get to the question, I want to touch on that. Like you said, Pang, 100% correct. The only thing is, I think what the coaches them should do, I think the coaches them should. I mean, coaches know who gonna play and who not gonna play, and that's 100% facts when it comes to the national team and stuff like that. And I think when with young players, like you said, with Craig experience, and he came back and then he had an impact and stuff like that. And with my experience, I think that it's important that the coaches communicate with the players, with the player. It being a young player. For instance, I signed with Murray State. He was going to be my college coach. He knew I was going to come to the school. So if he know he's not going to play me, I think he should communicate that with me. So let me know, like, hey, we have a lot of good players here. I'm not sure how much minutes you're going to get. But if we blowing out the team, then I'll give you all the minutes. If we're within the 10-point range, 15-point range, you might not see. But I just wanted you to be here to experience what this is about, because we see you being part of the VI national team future. So I don't want you to get discouraged. So I think it's important as well that the coaches or even the assistant coach communicate with the players. I can't speak for Craig, but with my instance, nobody communicated anything with me and stuff like that. So it's a part of learning and it's a part of growing up. So some players, don't have that supporting cast like Craig has, So, but everything you said, Pang, is 100% correct. If anybody's out there and they get into that situation, everything Pang said, don't get discouraged, And I think that players on the team should also kind of, be a big brother to that player, just to to help them out so they don't make any type of mistakes, etc. whatsoever.
You make a good point though. I think if it was communicated to you, you probably would have taken it a little different, and that's what make coaching. Listen, coaching supposed to build that relationship with their players and be able to go, and talk to them before the game or talk to them before the trip, and that'll build a relationship where they put that trust in you, and you could reciprocate that trust back into them. So that was a good point you made. That wasn't communicated to you, so it just blindsided you.
I know your feeling, Mumba. Sorry, Pan, you done? Sorry, we got delayed.
No, go ahead.
So Mumba, man, I totally agree with you say, because I went through that in JU, and Pang will tell you, first year I reached JU, we playing Florida State, with your boy running, warming up hard, like shit, sweating, thinking I'm gonna get a piece of Florida State, son. Every time coach walking on the line, like watching coach like this, for me. So me and him get a minute. So that thing break my heart so bad I wanted to quit me. So I do understand how it feels. It's not nice preparing for a game, thinking you will probably get a little thing, and then watching all the time go by, it was like, whoa.
You see, the thing is, I don't want to touch on it too much longer, but it wasn't. If I didn't sign with Morris State and I didn't get enough game, and if I didn't play, I would have had no issue. I would have never had an issue. But you got to put yourself in. If I'm a coach and I sign a kid from the Virgin Islands and I bring him on a team, I want to know what he could do because he's going to my university. So I want to know what he could do. So that was my perspective with that. If I didn't sign with Morris State, I didn't really care if I didn't play or not. That was.
You can imagine you and Coffee at Morris State together.
He not play. Trust me.
Yeah, man. So
that'd have been a tandem because I used to go head to head against each other in high school.
He not play. Jason was supposed to come.
Williams?
No, Edwin. Before he went Kent State, he was supposed to come for my senior year.
You older than Jason?
No, I didn't think so, but school-wise. Yeah, Tegan, he was supposed to sign he was coming there with we was about to sign him. I think he had signed to come there when Coach T, before Coach T resigned. Before Coach T resigned, he had
sound like you were about to say before you get fired.
Yeah. Just let me keep it real. Hey, let me ask you something. This man ever show you what was in his briefcase?
Never.
I was walking around with that brief.
Never.
You don't think he got a bunch of pennies in there?
But
hey, this is a funny story about him, son. This is the only person I ever see do this, son. This is totally off topic.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But this is funny, son. So after or before one of our games, son, we got into the bathroom. I go into the bathroom. And I have never seen a grown man do this before. So you got in the style, my son, to go and take a piss. I have never seen a grown man take the pants all the way down to the ankle and standing up and taking a piss. I was like, what the hell? I have never seen that a day in my life, yo. Me and Calvert, like, wait, what going on here?
That's crazy, Mr.
Hey, they must have terrorized Coach Tevesta.
Oh,
Shakes,
man.
Oh, my gosh. Shakes used to just do something crazy. When Shakes don't want to hear
anything,
man.
He's a come in and say, I want you to dribble the ball over here. I want you to dribble the ball over here. You could dribble the ball over here. Like, what the hell is dribble?
When Shakes they want to hear anything after the game, right? You get your little quick speech.
I don't know what
when
you're going
Shakes
on.
Don't want to hear nothing. Shakes just walking straight butt naked in the huddle. Straight butt naked, just for we not to hear anything. And coach would be like,
if you want to laugh, look at Coach's expression. When Shakes walk in the huddle, butt ass naked, my son.
But guess who start doing Didi? Guess who start doing that? Guess who start doing that?
I believe that figure right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta do that shit one time, right? You didn't want to see Coach face, but I was like, oh my gosh.
Time to bed. He just want to talk. Time to bed, Mumba. We got leave. We got bed and go home.
Hey, we used to got a lot of fun on them trips. So that's one thing. We have stayed in the bush. We have stayed in rundown hotel. We have stayed like in the boondocks. But one thing we get each other, and it's never a dull night, mister. Never a
Never.
dull night. It seems like
So
some of the places them that we went, that some of the better places that we went, those will be the wash trips. I like it when we don't have all the excitement around us and we could just, I think we build more camaraderie, like sticking together that way, and we go out there and really crush some heads.
yeah,
Yep.
I get this question they asked. Yeah. So when when you're playing far away from home, what was your motivation to keep going instead of quitting and going back home?
Well, just a love for the game. That was my motivation because a lot of people thinking that like overseas easy. Overseas is if your mindset ain't ready, you can't make it overseas. Cause with all our practices and then the coach, it's like you ain't got nobody there first of all by yourself. You gotta do everything for yourself. Then you gotta go practice and you got coach that down your throat and everything. And you be like, what? Nah, man. That kind of actually happened to me once. This was a wrong and that's my wife. This one playing Zaragoza. I think I was my 4th year out when I played in Zaragoza, Spain. I just came from Cantabria that year, and I was averaging like 18 points. Who was the top team in the LB that year? That's when I break my hand, and we end up losing the first round in the playoff. That's when they changed the rules of whoever team that win the league, automatically goes up to the next division. After the year, they changed the rules. So I ended up playing with Zaragoza the next year. So I'm I playing the 4 now, but in that team I was pretty much all over. So coming from averaging 30, 35 minutes a game, 18 points a game, I went to Zaragoza, which is a big team in Spain, and they had a guy in front of me at the 4 that the coach I love. We had two different types of basketball. He's more of a running the floor and getting easy bucket. Me, everybody know as the guy that okay, I like to come off the dribble, pull up or wherever when I play in the 4. So he was trying to get me to play like that guy. So I went from playing, like I said, 35 minutes a game to like 6 minutes a game. And I'm like, so start getting frustrated. I'm like, yo, why are you not playing me? Because, even everybody on the team was like, yo, why you not playing the guy? So it gets so frustrated because that's around the same time when my father passed away. So it's like
Rest
I
in
dealing with
peace.
all of that. Yes, thanks. Dealing with all of that. So it's like when I talk to the guy, the coach, he was like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not. I said, yo, we're two different players. You can't expect me to play like him. So it get to the point where I was like, you know what? I done with this shit. I going home. That day I almost quit basketball. It's my teammate, Mike Higgins, up to this day that I was thanking. He came to me and be like, Vic, because he played with me on the team that we win was the top team the year before. He played with me, and both of we end up on the same team again. And he came and tell me, Vic, are they paying you? I like, yeah. He was like, then you know what? Just deal with it and just go with the flow. If they play you, they play you. If not, then whatever. He played Mike Higgins, if y'all don't know, played with Magic Johnson and James Worthy and all those guys. And because of him is why I didn't quit.
Why you owe your
Because
coffee?
no. He was 41 at that time. He was 41, 40. He was 41, 42 at that time. I was still the young. I was probably the youngest dude on the team, or one of the youngest dude on the team still.
Damn, he was still playing basketball.
Yep.
Jesus, you say he played with Magic and James Wardy?
These
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, and he was
That's
the
crazy.
reason why they ended up quitting.
You can't quit if that man's still playing ball. He gonna
No,
make you look
because he
bad.
come and talk to me. He ain't all because of that. He just came and talked to me and be like, hey, that's how it is. The funny thing is that when the coach started, I guess he listened to the other guy and he started playing the other guy at the 5 and me at the 4. Man, we started blowing out teams. It was
Crazy.
crazy.
So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. Back to the national team. Well, this is for the university games in Beijing, China. Tell me, what's your best moment that you
Guys start
had
laughing.
in Beijing, China?
I
Guys
cannot know
start
who he
laughing.
was because the
Guys start
first play of the
laughing.
game, he don't know what he talking about. The first play of the game when we played China, we had what? We were supposed to get 10 man. Only how much we play? Only 7.
We took I think it
We
was,
had
I think we
we
took
had
a
10.
10. I
We
think we
had
took a
10, but
10. Yeah.
only 7 or 6 could have played because 4 or 3 of the paperwork for some reason
Didn't
they
pan
didn't
out.
went in. They didn't
Yeah.
finish yet.
Remember
That's the
that?
story they give us.
Remember they hold up flight them man in Cuba overnight.
Right. All of that too. So I don't know what I'm talking about. The first play of the game, I dunk on Young Min. That's what he talking about.
Son, Mumba.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Mumba.
I want to hear about it.
When
No,
I tell you
because-
a facial. Go ahead. I ain't
No,
getting
it
this one,
just-
go ahead.
No, man, you could go ahead, Beatty.
Mumba, when I tell you a facial, mister, straight down the middle, mister, Statue of Liberty. A Yao Ming jump, mister. Oh my God. But that wasn't even the best part of it. When we get back to the home, we shower up, we clean up, and we go to the computer lab to you know when it's
Hey,
when it's
let me tell you what
nighttime.
Pangati can do me. I go finish it. So we went to the computer room, right? And we just chilling because after you play, you got nothing to do, pretty much, because we're in like a little village. You know, you got a lot of teams there, but you don't know. We just come here to chill. So all we want to connect back home. So we got to the computer room. I just got in there with these men. You know me, the youngest, following them.
Yeah.
so got to the room with these man. We there chilling. So them man on the computer. Now, none of we know the situation, how to use the computer, right? So we there man on the computer, use the computer, wherever. Next thing you know, all of we say, okay, we done wherever. So we walking out. Them man say, we got pay. Right? She was like, pay? The son, by the time the man say another word, Pang and Tigan take off. Pay for what? And run, leave me. Pang and Tigan run, leave me. Ain't said use the computer, you know. Pang and Tigan use the computer, run, leave me. So when I see them I bust off, I was like, frick that, I start to run too. I was like, I get a pound for these, man.
Hey, pay for what? I got to come here and pay. I had to use our computer.
God, brother. God,
Hey, Mumbai, right before they had a door, right? You got push to go out. I hear the door slam already closed before I could even run it on.
The two fastest man.
Hey, out of their bars.
we got it.
Oh,
Hey. But to top off the story with this man dunking a Young Ming, mister, I tell you, a total facial. So we get to the computer lab, mister, and we doing our thing on the computer, mister, and a commercial command. And the highlight of the commercial, this not like a news report or anything like that in a coffee. They're promoting the tournament. And who's starring in the commercial? Mr. Cuthbert Victor, tearing it in a Young Ming, mister. All day long they playing this commercial in China, mister. The whole time we got it, brother. Mister, just tearing it in a Young Ming, mister. That was one of the best things. I wish we could have got a tape of that day.
Oh my God! I wish I could see that.
Ricky dropped the camera.
Miss son, I got a story about Ricky and all. When Ricky was my roommate in the hotel. So all the time I seen Ricky on the phone, my son. I think the man got a phone card or whatever the case may be. My son, this man calling home, every night, like that frig is local on the hotel phone. My son, I think the man using our phone card, so me say nothing. When it's time to leave China, them man hold up Harrigan, them man, my son say, I can't leave. I got phone bill. Son, Ricky rack up over a $2,000 phone bill in China, brother. $2,000 calling home. every day talking to him, whoever he talking to, I don't know. My son, and that man is not letting we leave until this bill you pay, my son. That was one of the sickest heck,
that man
because
was vexed, dude. What?
I know
they
that
would
man
Real
was
talk.
at first they wasn't gonna pay it. They were like, no, sir, you gotta pay your own bill, man. How you on there? Yo, just using the phone like that. They're like, my son Ricky used to be raiding out on the phone every night. And I see he all the time, and I'm like, if I had known, I would have said, Ricky, you know you gonna get paid for that. But I thinking the man using phone card and calling home and so my boy used to be properly in the bedroom, just chilling, talking on the phone, my son. When it's time to leave, my son, we cannot leave the hotel, my son. They got security guard, everybody just blocking the door from we leaving. We got bill that we got pay, my son. They might have to end up paying the bill, my son. That it was so jokey, my son. You remember?
Hey,
Just like
On that
when a
trip?
woman tell her, just like a woman tell her when we ask a woman in the food line if that's chicken, and she was like, yes, that's chicken. Everything else is pork or it's chicken.
You move down the line, you ask the same question. Oh, Sissini?
See, yes, chicken, yes, chicken. And me, I think I eat so much KFC that trip. Me, I think I was eating KFC. That's crazy.
Hey, all three of we
Every
lose
day.
so much weight on that trip there because we was not eating out of that thing, my son. I remember on that trip, the only time we used to see Ral is for practice and game time. Ral used to be gone. Somebody said they went on a trip. They went on a tour to walk the Great China Wall. My son, they walking for hours, like a long time, my son. Next thing you know, they see Ral. They going and they see Ral coming back.
Dude, walking out there ain't no joke.
He done walk the heck as far as he could go,
Walking.
and then he coming back when they walking for like hours, and he on his way back. So imagine how long he been there walking already, my son. They said they see Ral
Walking
coming
up them stairs ain't no joke.
and this man by himself, This man ain't no guide, no. This man just jumping in cab and just going places, my son.
Galgano.
And Ral is another one that
Galgano.
he don't talk. You ask Ral a question, he can just point. Hey,
I got a question for Ayo. I start with Coffee. How was that experience like playing in Beijing?
That was our first. Yeah, that was crazy because it was. You see all these teams, different teams, and the stadiums, even the ceremony. When we went to the ceremony, we just see all the fireworks, all the entertainment they had. That heck was just a different experience for all of we. Like we were like, shoots, we want to know what the hell we there. Coming from home to see all of this, it was just an eye opener for us where basketball can take us.
It was definitely a experience. It had all kind of countries there, my son. All kind of countries. Everybody was staying. They had like 4 or 5 like tall ass building in a little village. Everybody in a hotel was in the village too. So the first couple before they didn't have no place to put us in the village, so they put us in the hotel that was at the village. So which was good. We got to sleep in some nice comfortable beds. And so the first couple days we were there, and then when they finally had room, or I guess when the federation money run out for the hotel room.
No, one more teams were leaving, so when some of the teams them leave, that finish up.
Right. So we get to move in the village, and they get to save some money that from spending from we staying in a hotel every night. But it was just, I had experienced something like that before. When I went to Venezuela, because when I went to Venezuela, it wasn't just basketball and the same setting. We stayed like in a village, but they had all kind of sports there. That's when VI went to that softball team. I think that's when the track and field girl, I think her last name was Harrigan. That's when she was hot, and they take her to represent the VA. So we had a lot of different sports out there in Venezuela, and that trip they were good. But That China trip was good seeing China. I didn't go out. You and Tegan didn't go out. I get to go out one night and get to go to a hip hop club, and it was just crazy to see Chinese dancing hip hop and reggae and things like. I telling you, them man, they got culture out there, them, man. It
Yeah.
was just crazy to see
Yeah.
like a Chinese girl walking up. I was like, what the hell? Like, where's my son? She walking up to calypso to reggae.
Bang, you crazy, brother.
My son, I was like, what heck? It was just a different experience. They dancing to hip hop, doing the break dancing, and then heck, I was like, what? It was just crazy. But just like anywhere you go there, man, like you would always see some things that remind you of home. Like China got Outback Steakhouse, and then heck, China got KFC. The menus will be a little bit different. They don't serve things that we don't have, but for the most part, like it just like you just gotta find the spot. You just gotta go out and venture and just find the spots. Them, cause like you said, we were eating KFC every night. Every night we were eating KFC.
Yep.
Because that food they were serving in 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 that village, Noza. They look like they are just
In the
finding things on the
cafeteria.
street and just cooking and cooking them fetch me son. Like,
What about
Bow
you, Tegan? What about you, Tegan? How was your experience?
I mean, like everything Pang and Coffee say, it's pretty much the same because it was in the same place. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that it did for our game, especially me, that opened my eyes, right? We played some serious countries there and beat them, and we should have made the semifinals. If it was for a 3-pointer, we should have beat Greece. I don't
right?
know if I
We got
remember
play
that game.
Greece.
We played
Yeah,
China for host, and we beating them. We ended up beating them by 5, right? We beat a couple teams from Africa. We beat
Angola.
one of them European teams, and then we get knocked out by Greece. And when I went home and I realized, dude, we have some serious talented players in the VI, and it never really hit you until you actually like once we leave that tournament, something happened to my game. Son. I just say, you know what? I could just be a monster because I played everybody. We playing the best of the best. These were the best of the best. This was the university game. So this was everybody in our region. And
Coffee,
we were competing Mumbai.
Coffee, Jabari, and Ral was our three big man. And
Wow.
China had 4 7-footers.
They had
Four of
Juan
them being in the
Yes.
Juju.
NBA at some point.
Yeah, about 3 of them being in the NBA.
4 7-footers have been in the NBA at some point, and they only beat us by 5
We
friggin'
winning the game.
points.
It's one of the
Wow.
gas. We want the gas.
Yeah, I think
That's what we
isn't
lose.
that the game you hurt your ankle, Tiga?
I was playing with my thumb again messed up
No, not
because
that one.
my thumb again messed up because of thing when he passed the ball in the layup line and I won't look. I was talking to Paris and he passed the ball to me and I reflect my thumb and mess up. So that's when Tigan say I play. Huh?
African, I break my ankle in one of them trip there. One of them games, African crossed me up and I twist my ankle on the cross.
No, but
Hey,
but
you remember?
hey,
You
but for
remember
real,
when we played Greece? You
flight.
remember when? You remember when we
I
played
don't
Greece?
flight.
And Pana threw the ball wrong flight head. I got flight turning
I
the
was
wrong
like,
leg.
Hey, flight looking all over what going on.
Hey, Mumba,
man.
my son, a white dude make flight look like a proper fool, my son. Hey, flight garden pressing Pana, my son, and Pana just put a ball wrong flight head like this, yeah, my son, and flight do a total 360. By the time flight come back around, Pana is gone, my son.
Jeez, that's embarrassing, brother.
Messy up, brother.
That's
That
embarrassing.
was so jokey.
Yeah, man.
That's
It was
embarrassing.
Them man, the USA team even had some good players too. USA was out there too when we were out there. Them man had like Juan Dixon, Joanne, is it Greer he named from Temple?
yeah, Lenny Greer,
Yeah, they had that
the lefty.
yes. They had also the dude that went to the Spurs at one point. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. I take a picture with them man in the flea market. That was another thing, Mumba. We used to go to the flea market and buy shoes and things that ain't even hit, movies that ain't even hit America yet. I remember going to the mall and seeing PlayStation this big.
What?
I I I telling you, they don't
Yeah.
had they don't had phone with screens with camera way before they hit America. They don't could do video call and so on. This is we went China in like 2000, like I want to say
2001.
three. No, it wasn't. 2003,
2002 or 4?
2001.
or even then it could be. No,
No.
2001 was
No, but
Puerto Rico.
2001.
It gotta be
No,
2002 or 2004.
yeah, 2001 was Puerto Rico, and then when we went Puerto Rico, we qualified to go China like 2 years later. So it was 2003 because I think it was me and your last year in school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, well, we're gonna swing it
I
back.
can hear me good talk via message.
Yeah, I can hear you good still. We're gonna swing it back to you, Coffee. Like, give me some when you were playing ball overseas, give me some notable names that we gonna know that you play against.
Oh man, dude, you really get me thinking now. Like, of course,
That's good.
the
Yeah.
yeah, get me thinking. Well, I play with Khalid El Amin. He played with me in France,
What school he play for in
Oh
college,
wow,
or
Khalid El
even the
Amin.
Connecticut.
NBA?
Connecticut. He
Connecticut.
played in the NBA. He played with Bulls. I think he had played with Bulls a little bit.
The little fatty guard man.
I remember. I remember.
Um, Shoots. Who? Boy, you get me thinking, boy.
It's a good question.
And that's a
It's a
tough
hell of
one.
a.
But here's another question then, Coffee. Think about this. Who was probably one of the best players you played with overseas?
I can't hear you. You're
That
breaking up. What happened, T?
can you hear me? Who was one
Yeah.
of the better players you played with overseas that played in the NBA?
Which boy? Oh gosh, was just the other day we were talking about his team. One of the shooter, I think he played with Jets. I mean not Jets, with the Nets. He played in ACB. He was
Yes,
a
you are
shooter.
calling his name.
He played with Tamaka in in Spain. He was the four, and when I tell you he can shoot the hell out of the ball, he could shoot the hell out of the ball. You know what I mean? There are guys, a lot of guys I played against, they end up playing in the NBA. They could play in the NBA. Like in Spain, like Sergio Lu, Navarro, that played in the NBA actually. I don't know if I played with Pete Michael. Um,
Yes, lefty from Cincinnati.
um, Man, there's a lot of names I just can't remember, boy.
So,
Well,
well, here's another one then. As I don't want you to think too much, because you know how to mess with you.
like
um,
always.
so now that you pretty much retired, right, from
Be right back.
professional, what's your future outlook? What you want to do now in terms of? I know you to work with me with the kids and with the camps, but what's your main goal? And what are you trying to do to help out the Virgin Islands youth?
Well, and like Tegan just said, I'm just trying to help out the kids them as much as I can with Tegan to develop these kids and let them have an awareness, understanding of what it takes to make it out there. Because if we can do it, they can do it too. They're thinking that nobody's there for them, but we're there to help them. There's no way you can go. I have two guys that played professional basketball train kids for free. We don't charge. Only thing we
Facts.
say is that if you come in, you're gonna come and give us your all. We don't have time to babysit. We don't have time to be coming to you and tell you, oh, you gotta keep doing this or that. You gotta be willing to work, not when we tell you to work, but work on your own also. And that's the way I feel I could get back to the kids is just helping out in that way of spreading my knowledge with Tegan, helping Tegan out with his kids.
Awesome copy. So here's a jokey question. Do you ever think you would ever be targeted to make it 2 hours straight and alive?
What?
Do you ever think you'd ever be on a live target for more
Hell
than 2
no.
hours?
Hell no. You know why I gave me an insect still talking for?
What you mean?
You get a lot of good reviews, man. They really,
No,
I
man,
get so
it's
many
joking, man.
sites.
I just joking,
They're
man.
so
Joking,
happy
man.
to see
Well,
you open
if you
up.
don't know, I there with my boys them, so it feel like we family, so
Okay.
it's like we.
So, go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead, Mumba.
Okay. Tigger, you had another question you wanted to ask Coffee before I ask you?
No, go ahead.
So every basketball player we got to hear, we always got to ask them about Man League. What was your experience playing Man League? Your first Man League game? Because you started playing Man League when you was in high school too. So what was your first experience?
Well, to be honest, the first game I played, I think if I recall, no, it wasn't. I can't remember the team the first game I played, but I don't hear about the big name, Pang, all these names. You know what I mean? So I like, that is my team. Let me get on the court. I gotta be honest, I was shook. I was nervous because I was like, what? I played in my league. No, they say no. So I didn't really play good. So them man start to tell Bo, ask about, oh, you get this young dude playing your team, man, right? Oh, he nothing, wherever. Bo like, don't worry, wait, you'll see. The next game, when I get a little, feel more comfortable and get a little, that's the same game I was dunk on Kasim. I could remember that there 200 and I found roll out the rim. And the day one pound was like, okay, yeah, let me go. And I just start going. Besides the fact that Pang still like MVP for me, it's all good.
Hey.
Let's talk about it.
Hey.
Let's go. We have them, man. Let's go.
I don't even know if I win MVP. Tegan say I win MVP, but I don't even remember winning. I remember winning.
The year we win the championship. You win MVP you win it. Yeah, the year we win the championship.
I remember winning finals MVP, and I think Shaky give me that MVP just based off of the last game because I had 44.
And that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, the finals MVP.
Well, I own that.
That's why you stole it. Send it back to St. Good, please.
Hey, Mumba, I killed the whole series, series. Pang doing his thing, But I killed the whole series,
honestly,
this one game. Pang turned up the last game, boy. And I was like, wow.
Honestly, I won it off of that last game only because you won Zorro kill the games. Then I think I played good the subpar the first two games, but
you was playing these. You were controlling the team. You know what I mean? Like you were always doing controlling the team.
Game 3 and game 4, I don't even think I had 10 points in each of those games. So
the man come out in the last game and went half.
And you killed
half, and then
you killed and then
my MVP, the man.
No.
So, but hey.
Well, let me tell you something about Cuthbert, man.
Oh gosh.
Right, Mumba, he's the only person in Senko history, probably in the Virgin Island history, that funds the protest that he too good for the league. Real talk, actually. They didn't want Cuthbert to play Man League.
Of course, yeah, because I mean, come on. When he come back for playing pro ball, come on, man. He couldn't be playing then.
But
other players used to come back and play. Come back from pro league and play Man League. We had so much players that used to come home and play.
But it wasn't that good. It wasn't as good as how he was when he come back and play. Or the talent wasn't as good as when we used to play, probably. I can't really speak on that, but think about this, Tegan. You have Coffee, you have Pang, and you have Zoro on the same team. Come on.
But them man had a bomb squad though.
He had
them man had
Tegan,
Terry,
Shotgun,
Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra, Mex.
Yeah, the team was good. Both teams was good.
Beanie Gan.
Wait, hold up.
Pangan. Oh, okay, I thought that was me. I was like, what?
Yeah, Pangan. I'll let me come back on.
both teams was really, really stacked. So it wasn't no unfairness. Plus, it had other teams in the lead that was actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just us.
The reason why I say that is because you have Coffee. He plays our position. Then you got Pang. He plays out. He's like he play our position, and then you got Zoro. Think about you got Coffee down low. You got Zoro and you got Pang. Zoro could be the wing. Pang could be the half guard. It's just that's just too
But
much.
It was
no,
tough
no, no, no.
sledding. It was tough sledding.
But Zoro was on the back end of his career. Coffee is a
Yeah.
rising star. I'm the only one like in the middle, but don't get it twisted. Them man had a stacked team too. Them man had Tegan,
Yeah.
Cobra,
Yeah.
Terry Simon came off the bench one day, walking in the gym with his shoes on, everything. Them man sub in and hit the first 3 shots. Like he was just like always an automatic score, brother. Them man, you crazy? That man shotgun.
Yeah. They had Terry Simon. I forget. That's true. That's
Them
an
had-
illegal
Them
team.
had a squad.
Them man had Max, Knuckles, Jabba, stuff. Them man had a stacked team though. We had some young players. We had Chris, Playboy, Jason Williams,
Jason.
Coffee. We had like a up and coming. Them man had the
Up-and-coming
vets. Along
Yeah,
with
that's true.
Tegan controlling the whole. He and Shotgun controlling the whole scene. It wasn't easy to beat them, man.
It was a good team. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good team. That's why Coffee went scoring, because I told you to play 2 partners, Coffee. So you send that scoring trophy to my house.
I don't know what happened to Tegan in the last game, but Tegan just looked like he was ready to go back Jacksonville.
I remember that time, man. Our teams that was illegal.
Right?
Huh?
Oh, go ahead,
But
Tegan.
you had 46, I had 44.
The last game?
Yeah, but you dropped 46 that week.
I just remember. You know who had Zoro had a tremendous first half. Zoro had like 28 points in the first half. You know that?
Yeah, he had a
This
very
man
good game. He
went
turned
off in the first half, listen. And I had like a steady pace. Like he had 28 in the first half, I had 18. And then he kind of like slowed down in the second half. I don't even think he scored in the second half. But I just take off in the second half.
Run with it.
Yeah.
That's the game that Coffee went away that time. Coffee didn't play then. Yeah, he was playing with the team.
No, Coffee wasn't there for the final?
He played in the finals.
I was there.
No, he was there in the finals.
He didn't play in the series. Then we played leading up to the finals. He left like the ending of the season, and then he missed like the first 2 rounds, or maybe the first round and a half, and came back.
I played in the finals. I came back to play in the finals.
Yeah, them teams, Argentina was just too stacked for the league, man. Those 2 teams, because I was playing, me and Mark were playing with Exodus, and it was just ridiculous playing against Ohio, man. It was just too much. It was ridiculous. For real.
We only lose one game that year,
Then they were clean.
and it was against Teague and them. We only lose one game that year, and it was against Teague and them. So it was destined for us to meet up in the final.
Yeah.
Coffee look tired right now. I can see Coffee. Coffee look like he exhausted.
Man.
You good?
I good.
So, what's life after basketball for Coffee? Like, what you to do for your daily hobbies, besides help mentoring the kids, local kids? What you to do as a hobby, and like how life treating you after basketball?
Well, life after basketball is pretty much spending time with my family. Pretty much spending time with my mother, my brothers, sister. Go out there. Still going to gym, shoot, work out. Race my little RC cars. The simple life.
And when you say RC cars, that's remote control cars?
Yeah, remote control cars, yeah.
A grown man racing remote control cars.
Yeah, I bet you come home and drive one, you're gonna be like, what?
Hey, of course.
That ain't no regular K-Man car either, fam. Don't think them tickets K-Man, them thing cost money.
So where are the race car?
By Home Depot.
Think we got Home Depot?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man,
No,
man.
I just played.
Them all gonna come after you in the comments, man.
Hey,
Them
so
I see, them are coming after you right now.
no, I remember that road there, Home Depot, I used to be a Dutch road. Is it still a Dutch road?
Nah, man. No road paved, Home Depot parking lot with a race.
He
They
don't.
allow us to
He used
race
Let
to.
me,
on
hey,
this.
let me tell you something about Coffee Pack. Because he don't like to tell you. Coffee is a racing fiend. He got a sports car. He always buy all his racing car, like real car, and then
I'm
he
gonna
got toy
race in
car. He
Canada,
just
man.
keeps it,
Stop.
right? So one day he driving one of his little sports car right there by Home Depot stretch going to Sunny Yard, right? And I get the BMW. He always want to race me, right? So I catch him back. And me and he start racing. I just see with the BMW, son. And he had no way
That
to
man's
catch
such a lie.
me. You
That
tell
man's
the story.
Hey,
Tell the
hey,
story,
fam,
Coffee.
we coming for West, right? My car don't had a noise in my engine because of my pulley them. One of my pulley are gone bad. So I didn't want to push my car. We coming for West, right? I love lifting, you know. So I come to a stoplight, right? But like red it off, you gotta come in. Light turn green, you gotta pass me hard. So I try to chase the man down. I couldn't catch him because he don't have his momentum going. I just back
Can't
up
catch
because
me,
I just say,
Pete. I
okay, you know
just
what?
see.
My, my pulley, but I said being about to mash up my engine because my pulley or whatever. So I say I just back off and let he go. But you hear the man talking about how he beat me.
Hey, that thing they funny,
Tell,
Coffee. The every time you see
tell
me,
he
he come up with the
tell
car.
he come now. Hey, but wait, no, hold up. That was so when I asked him, okay, when we go for the other car, he was like, no, me want to see the other car.
so how much racing car you got?
I ain't gonna racing car. I
You
had
do
a
got
racing
racing
car.
car, yes.
I
Stop
had a
lying.
racing car. I had one. I gave it to my brother. Me and my brother exchanged, and I gave it to him. I have a racing car.
Wow.
So you sponsoring now then? You sponsoring the racing cars?
No, I just give it to my brother because we trade cars.
You still
We
got your
can't trade
Civic?
cars. No, I sell them.
Who you sell it to? Well, you ain't gonna
What
say all of
Civic?
that, but the brown
Yeah, I
one,
sell
the
them.
first one that you had.
I sell that long time, man.
Oh,
I didn't dust that one. I dust you out with the
That's
Civic
the one he
too.
talking about, Beanie.
Let's say he
That he
does that
does.
one.
That's the one.
somebody said a win is a win.
No, that one I win. But he didn't want me to go for the other car. When I tell him, let me go for the other car, then we can have fun. He's like, no, that one is too fast.
So what else you do?
That's a racing car.
Race?
Coffee, come on.
You the race remote control car. You coach. You train. You race adult car. What else the man to do? You
I
spend time
always
with your
adult
family.
car. That's about it, man. That's about it.
Any more kids in the near future? It's just
Don't know yet. We'll see
We
where the
don't
road take
we
us.
not gonna get coffee in trouble.
Yeah. She listening.
So I got a question, Coffee. I know you and Tiga working with the kids and everything, right? You guys doing an amazing job and stuff. You ever think about getting into coaching?
Not really. Not really.
I can't.
I don't feel coaching as a head coach or anything like for me.
Okay.
I like to be like, like for example, what me and Tiga do, he sometimes when he teaching or wherever, cause you can't have everybody teaching at the same time. So when he teaching, I watch him. You know what I mean? Sometimes he might miss something, and I'll be like, okay, you know what? Try this here. Not to undermine or anything because not everything works for every player.
That's true.
So
Let me tell you, Mumba. This man is such like a sideline man. Like he just wants to be behind the scenes. If they had Bush in the gym when games playing, Coffee would be behind the bush watching the game.
Yep.
That's how much
No.
That's how much off the scene this man want to be. Like he'll give his input, but he don't want to be in the limelight. You know what I mean?
Okay for it.
All right. We got a question for Yacinda. Do you miss traveling the world? That's a good question.
I do at times, but not when you got flights sometimes 16 hours and 12 hours. Yeah, it get tiring.
And we ain't telling a lie. And I ain't traveled as much as you, missing. You and Tegan.
Did you and Tegan ever meet up playing professionally? Did you guys ever play in the same league at the
Nah,
same time? No.
no. The only person I ever played with was Walter Hodge and Frank Elliger.
Okay.
Okay.
We played
Yeah.
You know
against
what's
each
funny?
other. And then
When
Aska, in Russia.
go ahead, Coffee.
And then Aska played with me in South Korea for 2 months together.
Okay.
Race as
You know what funny
brothers.
move happened? You know when me and Coffee overseas, we was pretty much like we were like pen pal or something. That's what we call it, Coffee. We always
Yeah.
every day we talk. Every day we on the computer,
Yep.
just talking. It was crazy because we was
But
at
Born
the
in
same
time.
time. We was at the same time. You know, I was like maybe 3 or 4 hours ahead of you in Iran, and you was in Spain. So we used to talk every day. Then we used to give each other pointers. Then I used to check his game and check his stats. And I used to be like,
What?
"Damn, Coffee man, look like we gotta go back to St. Croix and work on your damn free throws, man.
But
Shit,
still
what
I get
wrong with
cost
you,
about that
man?"
then? I get cost about that so much for Tegan, boy. Wow.
so, question. In your travels, man like Tegan, he talk so much that he pick up a different language in Spanish. You pick up any different language? He don't talk so much.
Nah.
He want to talk in a different language. So he pick up Spanish. I learn
I don't,
Spanish.
I understand a little Spanish. That's about it.
Why y'all joking, listen?
Nah,
So
man,
Hey,
you
but
Coffee got the sweetest Spanish. You know.
I understand a little Spanish. That's about it. But Russian is hard. South Korea is worse. France, I understand a little bit of French, but not much.
did most of your coaches, overseas coaches, talk English, or they used to have translator and stuff for you?
Only when I was in South Korea.
El Guapo, what I mean?
Who said that there?
I don't know. Somebody say El Guapo on there.
Yeah.
The name ain't
That's what
sure.
Coffee, secret
What's,
admirer.
That's what Tegan.
No, sir.
okay, we're gonna leave that alone then.
Yeah, they're talking in codes now, Pang.
All right, yeah, we're gonna leave that
Yeah, we're
alone.
gonna leave that alone. They're talking in codes.
You get people in trouble, people. You get people in trouble.
Hey, somebody point.
I don't know what El Guapo mean. I don't even know that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Well, somebody said Jamina.
Jamina.
Like
No,
I
but
said,
Jamina name showing up, so that ain't Jamina. They probably hailing up Jamina. So tell us something that, as close as you and Tegan is, tell us something about you that nobody else know.
Look at coffee. Look at coffee. Pang just
that
freeze
it
coffee
was
just now.
no, it was sense.
Anything, like something funny, something like people don't know that you could sing, something, anything.
Can't say. There ain't nothing like that.
Okay, so somebody sending shots. I can't see your name, so you're gonna gotta post your name in the next message. Hey, Coffee, what about when I dunk on you in St. Thomas? That was fun. Penny, you remember?
I don't
is
remember.
right.
I don't
That-
remember anybody dunking a coffee.
No, that's
Me
thing.
either.
Mumba, you know that is right. That's your teammate.
Who is that, Naibo?
Yep. You don't know. Maybe he Duncan. I can't know days, but it wasn't me who Duncan. But he up to this day he just said it's me.
No,
But it wasn't me.
nobody talk a coffee.
But it's a joke, you know.
Yeah, it's a joke.
We
They
know,
like to
we know who he Duncan. I ain't kind of know names.
Yeah, they like to mess with coffee, man. That's what it is.
Like always.
Yeah, that's what they like to do, man. So, Coffee, I got a question. What you think about Tegan being a coach for the Virgin Islands national team or the USVI team?
I for it, to be honest, because he as of like playing with him, he knows the game inside and out. Big man, small man, whatever you want, he knows it. You know, he has patience with the kids, so I know he gonna have his. You know, he have his way. You know, and I wish he would do it, but I don't know him. He would not do it. He would not do it for many
Unless you
reasons,
come.
but
This
well,
guy.
then he definitely ain't doing it. Then no man, but I mean, no, but I just feel like he would be a good coach for the national team. I think the guys will respect him, and because they know what he's been through and what he can bring to the team. You know,
Okay, I got another question. I have a good question, but I want to get to this Facebook user question. I can't see the name. I don't know who it is. They said from your experience training, Coffee, you can answer this, and Tiga, you can answer this as well too, because you guys work with the youth.
That's
From
basic. That's
basic,
basic.
okay,
Yeah.
basic. So from your experience in training the youths, what obstacles do you see with the youths today that's preventing or keeping them from advancing athletically to the next level? Good question, Basic. Big up, Basic. By the way, we got Basic coming out Wednesday. Wednesday, 7 p.m. We got
Yeah.
Basic. Everybody tune in.
Coach
We got
Bay
Basic.
says, on.
well, I mean,
That's John Stockton.
Yes.
Yes.
so since I've been back home, right, and I've been like helping Tegan out, one of the biggest problem I see that we have is that the teams them we're not balanced. Everybody wants to run and play with the best. I would say, okay, there are a few teams that can travel. So every player want to travel. You know what I mean? So it causes an imbalance in the players. Everybody want to play with the best players. Nobody wants to go out there and like how it was back then. You play with the worst team and you make your team. Ain't that no more? Other things I feel that we don't do is that I think we don't we teaching the kids too much about winning. You know what I mean by that? There's nothing wrong about teaching the kids to win. We so caught up about winning, we're not teaching the kids them how to play the game. So that now, all they thinking about is winning, winning, winning. Oh, I scored 30 points against you. How much free throws you miss? How much box up assignment you miss? How much turnovers you had? We're not teaching this no more. How we teaching the kids is about scoring, 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 or shooting the threes or doing all of this. It's like it get to the point where it's like actually when I do in the clock and I was just shaking my head to see like how these kids plays now. I can't. It's not all of them is like that now. There's some like that, but not all. And there's some that tries. Some coaches that tries to teach them the right way. I know Tegan could expand on that more. Cause I know he sees more than what I see.
Well, yeah, Cuff, you hit it on the nail because you've been around me a lot. One of the biggest problems too is the discipline. We don't the self-discipline of the
Yep.
players, like Pang was saying, and what we were talking about. Going out there doing things on your own, working on your game, working on your fundamentals. All that look like a gone out the door for you. And just like what Coffee says, like because the best players on the island are all playing with each other and they're destroying inferior talent, and they really ain't getting better. So by the time they reach us in terms of the high school level, they come with all these bad habits. It's so hard to change them because
Mm-hmm.
they have been poorly trained. So I think what things like Base is doing, what Mr. Baker is doing, getting back to the fundamentals, raising talent, we need a lot more of that. We need a lot more teaching, so much winning, but a lot more teaching. These players needs to be taught. Okay, and like Coffee says, it's not about winning. They think it's winning. It's not about winning. Coffee have the best example tonight when he moved to the school. I don't want
St.
to say the name
Joseph.
because he
St.
give me
Joseph.
chills. St.
I'll
Joseph,
say,
right?
yeah. The
But
Saints.
in
The Saints.
reality, that molded into no. In reality, that experience molded Coffee in one of the toughest SOB ever because he had to fight against teams like Complex. He had to fight against teams like Central and Yorken. It's the same concept with Tim Duncan the same way. You will get more done out of you playing competition than you will ever play beating a team by 100. So we gotta get back to the competitive part of it. You gotta get back to self-discipline. You gotta get back to just teaching the game the right way. And then, the journey, it will just open up for the kids then.
Yeah. Wait, Pam. Before I get to you, I wanted to ask this question for Coffee, and it involves both you and Tegan. So, Coffee, you mentioned earlier like Pam was like one of your inspiration, right? And he's a lot of people's inspiration growing up playing basketball. What was one of the biggest things you learned from playing with Pang, and what was one of the biggest things you learned from playing with Tegan? Being able to play with them, what you take from Pang, like your biggest positive?
For Pang wise, I would say defense, cause ain't much people could have passed Pang when he playing defense. And if you pass Pang, don't think you could do it again, cause he will get the next time. Tegan on the other hand, I would say the way he control, like Pang said earlier, how he control the game. Tegan knows, like he knows where you're gonna be. So sometimes you feel like he ain't watching you, but Tegan don't know. Okay, he don't spot you already.
Okay.
You say the ball coming before you even turn, the ball don't come in because he don't see you already. So Tegan needs to recognize everything on the court, and that's why me and he needs to connect so much because, like, we just have to tell each other anything. We just make eye contact and that's it. We don't know what's going on. So when you got a player like that and you got somebody that can help you out, it makes it a lot easier.
Tegan can pass better than me, boss.
You was good, Pang. You was very good. I ain't gonna complain with that.
Boy, be a classy boy.
Yeah.
The nicest thing.
The only thing, sorry, I got a little delay.
No, you good.
You hear me?
Yeah.
The only thing, like what Copy said, that was just, it's easier to play with players who understand the game. The games become so much easier. And like Copy said, we never really talk on the court. We used to just watch each other and we don't know. Same thing with Pang. When Pang is playing defense, me and Pang used to just watch each other and I know Pang is gonna pick this man up for good. He's gonna try to make some crazy passes because he can't take Pang pressure. Get ready for steal. And this was the chemistry we had as players. You know what I'm saying? But it helps that we could have played. That's the good thing about it.
Tegan in high school never used to pass.
Never.
Tegan never what pass in high school?
Let me tell. I sent Tegan a newspaper clipping, right? And he played in a college game. His shots was 3-pointers. His shots was 3-pointers. That's Tegan.
But he used to do that in high school too.
Oh yeah.
Majority of his shot was 3-pointers. Over 27. Hey, and he going farther.
You remember your OFA game in rap?
Yeah, that's what Copy was saying.
Okay. When you went 0 for 28 or so, heck, my son.
27.
Hey, let me set the Virgin Islands record straight. We hold it up now. That was a lie. I didn't shoot 28.
You shot 26 shots, yes.
You did. Tegan, you did.
You were 0 for 26.
It's true.
And then when you look at the game, I still let it scoring, so it was impossible I shoot 28 shoots.
Man, you were over.
I can shoot about 20.
You shoot a lot that day, yeah.
This man,
they probably shoot.
Pang, when you left Complex, it was over. It was over. It was Tegan and then Bogus. Tegan and Bogus, Pang. Tegan and Bogus. That was
I got people texting me. See what I did? This is about coffee.
It is about coffee.
Hey, okay. We're gonna go to a serious question, Coffee. We're gonna change your athleticism cap to your activism cap. With all the equal rights and justice movements and stuff going on, and all the inequality stuff that's going on lately, with all the killing of innocent black people, and like how do you feel the direction the world is going in? And if any of them things that happening up here in the States, like affecting, how does it affect you? and like what kind of advice you could give to people out there moving forward that like feeling emotional about these stuff that's going on?
Well, I would just say, I guess, the black community will get tired of being, is getting tired of it. When you push somebody buttons too much, what's gonna happen? They're gonna react. I just feel that's what's happening now is that people just getting tired of all the situation that's going on that and they're just reacting out of it. I mean, yeah, it's sad that they have to be this way. People losing their lives. Police officers, innocent police officers working hard, is getting a bad name. For other officers. You can't judge everybody by the same cover. So, but I just feel that is a negative and a positive aspect of it. I just hope that everything turns out to be the best. In the long run. That's all.
And this question, you could answer this to Tegan if you want. But have you ever experienced racism in your travels overseas playing professional ball? Have you ever experienced racism?
Yes, twice. And once in Spain, in ACB actually, when this guy in Spanish called me nigger in Spanish, but he didn't try to understand. So I said, "What you say?" And I said, "Say it again. What you say?" And then he realized I understand what I said, what he said, and he backed up. And the second
If
time was in Korea.
wait, before you go forward, if he had said it again, you'd have drape you up?
I,
You.
no,
Hey,
but you understand me. Being when you're overseas, right? You can't let nobody try to punk you anyway, especially when you're in the country, because they feel, even in Russia, that kind of trying to happen to me where I was in a club and I was just chilling and a girl just came and started talking to me, and the guy was like, "Oh, what are you talking to her for?" And he tried because that's when I break my hand, and all my teammates was there, they left, and I was just chilling, waiting for my other teammate to come back, which he never did because he ended up meeting somebody. So I about to leave or whatever, and the man was like, "Oh, he talking to this guy. He know my hand thing." He was like, "Oh, you there in my country? You there in my country? You think you can do whatever?" I just leave because I already don't know. In that same club, they had a bouncer that waiting for one of the basketball players to mess up to act up because he get knocked out from one of the players the year before. So he's still feeling all of that. So it's like it's there. You might see it a little bit, but it's only certain places you're gonna see.
Good thing you ain't slapping me some coffee, because that dude you knock out in Bahamas, that man still can't find his teeth belt. You ain't tell Frank about that.
You don't know what the reason that happened in
You ain't
Bahamas
tell
because of
Frank
the
about that.
man. I think Frank know about that there.
That dude still bleeding, Frank.
Well, no, I wasn't in Bahamas, so I didn't know about that.
Let coffee tell you that after here. We don't want to know last week.
Yeah, that's a story for after
But
here.
you do gotta watch yourself and so when you overseas. Tegan, I don't remember if you remember when we were in Cuba and we stayed late to watch. We were watching. We went to see the games. Then me, you, and Bo went back to the gym after we played to watch the game. Then and the rest of the team left. Like the bus that we went in, they left to go back to the hotel. And me and you wanted to watch this game. I don't remember who were playing, but you remember we catch a moped back to the
Yeah,
and the
the two
mopeds
bikes
them
there.
take we to like a little downtown, my son. And the road them small. And we came to a stoplight, my son. And when I tell you, like, you could see like prostitutes, drug dealers, like everything on like both sides of the street. And everybody idea me and Tiga. And we there in the back of a moped. It ain't like we there in a car. We there
Yeah.
in the on the back of a moped, my son. All eyes on we, my son. All I said, Mr. Tiga, my son. Anytime I see somebody walking over here, I jumping off this bike and God, my son.
God,
I don't know where I
it is
run in, but
crazy.
I am God. But every eye will just lock. And this is like 1 o'clock in the morning. Because we stayed to watch the last game. And we instead of catching a taxi, ain't had no taxi out there. They had some mopeds out there to take people back. And me and Tegan in the back of some moped, my son. And that was one of the scariest moments. I tell you, every eye would just lock and win some.
Yeah, you always
Man,
get me some crazy situation like
anytime anybody has start walking in our direction, I God. I wouldn't even say waiting for that man and I bike to drive back. He'd have had to catch me down the road, myself. Because I are taking off.
wow, it's crazy.
But I'm glad you didn't do nothing, Coffee, for real. You know, sometimes you just gotta be the bigger person, and especially in your
Dude,
country, in a different country, you gotta be the bigger person.
I
Because
get
it will.
fined for that. I get fined for not doing anything. Well,
You get fine.
yeah, in South Korea, because the same happened to me in South Korea. The panda called me a nigga in Korean. So I was laughing because I don't know what the hell he said. But he wanted to fight me. The man jumped up ready to fight me. Like I do he something. And the man called me nigga or whatever. It's not till after the game somebody tell me that's what he called. I watching the man like, okay. Next thing you know, I get fined.
That's crazy.
That is
That's
insane.
crazy for real.
I would have trashed you the next game, bro.
I didn't pay it, but
I want to shout out to all the people that are watching the stream, everybody who was in the comments answering the questions. We all appreciate your support. Been in the comments been hilarious. They asking some good questions. Thank you for the support. Thanks for everybody watching and everything. I just want to give a shout out to all the people that are in the live feed right now. Appreciate all.
I gonna say some names because like you said, some of the people that was supporting and everybody seemed like they were locked in. Jamina, Alrika, some of the names I saw.
Langalo.
Bogus, Langalo, from Langalo, they are from Jump Street. Bogus, Basie, Yusinda Granville,
Yacinda.
thank you, because you had a lot of questions too.
Yeah, Yacinda, big up.
Marigold Simon, Nikki George, Winsbot, I saw you in there a little bit.
Winsbot Hayden.
Kerry Ann.
Big up, Renis, big up.
Burton Peterson, Chani Judge, you there every week, so I really appreciate you coming on every week. Corliss Peterson, one of my favorite basketball players from West on the female side. Karen
Big up
Carty.
Renis James, big up.
Yeah, big up Renis. And those are the most consistent people I see commenting. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Like Coffee.
Tyro Alec, big up. I see you all here too. Everybody,
yes,
whoever
sir.
we forget, we apologize, but we appreciate everybody too.
Terry from the last interview, he was on there. He always on there.
Yeah, Byron.
Well, Coffee, we almost make it to 3 hours. Did it feel like, when you're having fun, you really don't feel the time?
You're right.
That's love.
Okay.
Talk, man.
We have a good question, Coffee. We got a couple minutes left. Tell your funniest story of Tegan and your favorite funniest story of Pan.
You probably pretty much hear all of it already. Because that's wherever you hear at the national team, that's what we always been together. So
okay.
So for time something happened with all 3 of us there.
I don't share my funny story with Tegan.
2002.
Where was Didi? Where he was?
When he run into the glass in St. Thomas.
Straight into the glass, Coffee. Langalo, big up for that one. Langalo, you set me up with that one.
I don't have no funny stories for Coffee, honestly. This dude is so laid back and like this, like there's no funny story for Coffee other than the little baby voice.
That's baby voice.
I surprised you. I think I didn't come with this.
I don't have no funny stories either. My funny story from Coffee come from when he's on the court. He'd just dominate the talent. He'd just destroy whoever, and then people that say some crazy things about you, you just gotta laugh, dude. Like the Jan Cena and everything. He's like, dude, really? Like, that man are just sprayed Coffee, dude. That man are just sprayed this man. That used to be my joke. And then he used to be so cool and calm about it. This man ain't like me and Pam, we got a little cockiness to be like, yeah, rah. Coffee just got a dunk on you. I don't run on the court. It's like nothing. It's like he does this every day.
You were going to say something.
Coffee. Sometimes you know.
No, scratch that.
Scratch what? Listen, you got to tell the story, brother.
I surprised I come with his nonsense in Panama about the bread roll or whatever.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's go, Coffee.
I surprised I come with that nonsense.
Let's go.
Which is a lie.
Coffee, I want to hear it. Coffee,
Ain't
I
no
want to
lie.
hear
Don't
it.
even
Let's
try.
go, Coffee.
Ask them.
So,
It's a lie.
every man in ways to go for
surprised they come with that.
breakfast, my son. And them man had some rolls, some bread rolls, my son. I promise I Coffee got like a bowl. He got his food, and he got a bowl full of these bread rolls. They heck but this big mumba.
It wasn't that big.
Coffee,
What's
you're
about?
right, man. Coffee trying and stretching him out like Skittles.
Keep going. That's
One bite.
Booba. This man lies so bad, right? I tear the bread in half it off.
No.
Tear the bread in half or
Don't
whatever,
even
eating the
try
bread.
it.
That bag will be like, oh, I pop it in the heck like Skittles.
Coffee eating them bread like them fetches M&M, brother. Mr. I'm trying to think.
I will laugh.
Me
And you don't
me
know
and
it's
T
Pac
got like
who
two
started
rolls.
that.
It's crazy.
It's Pac who started that, though. I think I start running with it.
Me and T got like two rolls.
Hey, Papa was like, wait, Coffee, you gonna take a bite?
Hey, never.
Hey.
Hey, you can't have Pang and Tegan together. You cannot.
Hey,
Dude, tell me about it.
dude, we just live for jokes, my son. Live.
It's
That was.
crazy.
I tell you,
Hey.
my mumba. It don't matter where we stay, and I'm telling you, we
Dude.
stay some crazy places. We
Oh,
have been in
gosh,
some
man.
crazy situations, but it just when we are around each other, there's never a dull moment, Mister.
That
Never.
was it.
Beatty, you remember time in the movie theater? What's a movie? To ask
we
where
was?
we are. You home in the movie theater in Sunrise. We watch
We gone.
the Dragon movie or whatever. You started had a whole damn theater laughing because the movie was so boring.
Okay.
What I do?
You just cracking jokes.
Pang, you forget?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
dude, the movie with the dragon man, with the dragon scene at the end. I think I was like, what was the best part of the movie at the end of the movie? But the whole movie was boring.
I
Was it
wonder what
sword?
movie that was.
Was it
That ain't the one
sword?
with that ain't the one with
I don't know.
No, that's Soulfish. It can't be Soulfish.
It was a dragon movie, the man. A movie with
that
a
was the
dragon
one
in
where
it.
the woman talking the movie and she said, "At the 21."
Me, you know. But Billy was he was home. I
don't remember that.
Was in the theater.
I don't know.
I remember that. I remember that comment that Tiga just said.
You remember that one?
What?
At the 21, at the 21, I remember that comment, but I don't remember
That's
the
right.
movie.
Yeah, it was. It was.
At the
I
21.
just remember that woman bust out that day, and that was life, brother. She said, at the 20, at the 21, I said, what?
You did the one.
But no, I don't remember the movie. A dragon movie.
It
I
was
don't
some
remember.
movie.
It was
That shit was
really
boring.
boring. We can't remember it.
Because we were
that's
talking the
right.
whole movie and we was had the whole theater laughing.
Oh, I always got it. The scene in the movie theater. I remember when I went and watched John Q in the movies, like where I was sitting, it had some like bars, like it's like right the bars like right in front of the bars that be like that where the handicapped people are sit. So I remember. I don't know if I remember John Q.
Yeah, I remember John Q.
I had a boy named G Baby, the one that I guess sick or I guess shot or something. So I was starting to get a little emotional, but I didn't want my teammates, them man to see or my partner then to see me like tearing up
Cry.
and stuff.
To see you cry, yeah.
Listen, so I jump over the railing and I say, I gotta save G Baby, and I run out the theater.
Oh my God.
And I run out the theater, and everybody in the theater just bust out laughing. But little I didn't know, I do that there because I started tearing up, and I didn't want nobody to see me tear up, son. So I shout out, I gotta save G Baby, and I run out the theater.
That is crazy.
That's one of my favorite movie, man. And it really touched me when G Baby gets shot, Mr.
Yeah, that's Hardball. Hardball,
Yeah.
that's the name of the movie.
I couldn't hardball. That's what it was. I said John Q, but it was hardball.
Yeah.
I couldn't let nobody see me tearing up, man. So I
Coffee.
had to.
This is the people that you have to deal with and the VIT.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just can't imagine.
You
I
sure
can't
imagine? Hey,
And
how many years I had to deal with that?
it won't just be every year had somebody new.
Yeah, every year.
Every year had somebody new, Mr. Just a character, like a pure character. Nothing but jokes. Every year was somebody different.
One more thing too is we would love to get some people from St. Thomas on the show as well too. Anybody have connections with Jabari Brown and some of the other Jerome Gomes, some of the other athletes from Rock, even older athletes, older than us and stuff. Let them know, have them contact one of us so we could try and get them on. It's not just about St. Croix, it's about St. Thomas and St. John. So just keep that in mind. Everybody in the comments, anybody listening, reach out to everybody, not just basketball, but baseball too, as well. Track and field, volleyball, boxing, soccer, cricket, tennis.
No cricket.
I Tegan, I tried Tegan. He said no cricket.
No cricket yet,
No cricket.
I tried.
Well, Coffee, like other than Zorro, who is next week, other than me, Shotgun, Tyrone, like who would you like to see get interviewed?
That's a good question.
It could be Oscar. Is there Oscar's? Frank.
I could try and get in touch with Frank. I used to talk to Frank a lot when he was overseas, so I could try and get in touch with Frank.
You get Kit, Craig. All those guys.
I'll reach out to Craig.
They are being there with us, so it's good to hear their story.
Kit should have an interesting story. Craig should have an interesting story. I remember Craig showed me a picture when he was. I think we have win Barras. We have win the championship, the tournament, our second year tournament, and he took a picture with me, and Craig was like by my wayside. His head was by my wayside. So that's how long me and Craig go back. Like where this man come from, like being around his father, and just being on the basketball scene and just seeing him from young. So I would definitely love to hear Craig's story. Somebody just put Bo. We definitely gotta get Bo on, yeah.
Me and Tiga, we walking again. Bo will be on. We gonna get him on. We got Zora next week Sunday, and then I'm not sure who we got the following Sunday. I'm trying to get in contact with somebody to try and get Robbie Smiles on from St. Thomas, baseball legend. We got Calvo Pickering. He gonna be coming up soon. We got Rasan Smith. He gonna be coming up soon as well too. Base is next week Wednesday. Wednesday, and then we got Zora the Sunday. Yeah. So we got Sherry Simmons Hayward as well too. She locked in. We don't show when she come on. But, we're just trying to reach out to a lot of people. Sometimes it's difficult because we don't have contact information with some of the people them. So
Copy, my boy Carl Hickman.
Yeah, you got that handle.
Yep.
Well, take us home, Copy. Take us home. You final words?
I mean, this is a nice thing y'all doing, man. Keeping in contact with all the VI legend, everybody from the VI, hear their story and the import, So hope all these kids that's watching can understand and see that what it takes and what we got to go through to be where we at. This ain't all about fun and games. This is a lifestyle. And this builds character and discipline in your life. You get through this, you can pretty much get you anything.
Sorry, one more thing. We tried to get the females on. We tried to get some of the female athletes on too as well. I will get in contact with Paidi. We have to try and get in contact with Marta. I had her phone number. I don't have it anymore. So we have to try and get in contact with them.
Demore.
Also, Demore. I will contact Demore.
They get thing. More.
Coffee, don't lie. Before we leave, you learn how to make them rolls and you don't eat them rolls every morning for breakfast.
You and this nonsense.
Tegan, talk to them about they asked me about Cuthbert White too. You in contact with Cuthbert White, right? Cuthbert.
Yeah, for sure
Right.
we'll get him there covered.
We will get him on.
Yeah. So, man, brothers, it's a blessing, but I don't know once we hit this 3 hour mark, curfew time is up.
Right.
My time is up.
Coffee, appreciate it. Appreciate everything. It was wonderful to hear your story. A lot of people was excited to hear your story. You got the best nickname ever, the Greek God. I wish I had a nickname like that. Tiga never give me a nickname. So
the tongue.
this guy, man, this guy.
But pull up your thumb so the fans them can see how. No, that's not the one.
That's it.
These guys, man. You see coffee? You see coffee? You see?
Hey.
You see?
Hey.
You see coffee? You see how they operate?
That's how it is.
Guys,
It is,
man.
you know.
But Coffee, for real though, I learned some things about you today. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
About time you open up your mouth and let people hear your story and get from behind the bush in the gym. But it was real good. Thank you for taking time out of your day to sit down and chat with we. We could do this all day,
Right.
But every good thing comes to an end. We got to end this one here, but really coming out feeling good about this one, and I know everybody that were watching, feel the same way.
Yeah. Well said, Beanie. And you don't know as to be, he's my brother from another mother, so I see you every day. So ain't much I can say to you, dude. I don't know how to speak. I'm just happy that the guy got an opportunity to hear some of the things that I already know. So he don't know his love, and it's always an honor.
Mumba, somebody asked which way you hitching a ride with your thumb.
Who asked that question? Who asked that question?
Tyrone.
You see why I started?
Tyrone, Alec?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tyrone, man, come on, man. Tyrone, you're supposed to have my back in it, Tyrone. You're supposed to have my back.
You see why I start?
Yeah.
Hey, I feel you.
Hey, you see, man? Pang and Tegan, brother. I'm just going to cause trouble. But
Mumba, that's how it is, man. You got life is about smiling and having fun, man.
That's
true, man. That's true. Facts. So, Coffee, last word, you.
Man, just everybody be safe out there, man. Just live life, have fun, enjoy it, man.
Oh, one last thing. Who would you like to be a guest host if we interviewing them? Who would you like to be a guest?
Guest host?
Yeah, like when we interviewing them, who would you want to be on with?
That's a good question.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Tegan? Craig? Tegan?
Craig? Tegan?
Craig Tegan.
But yeah, Mumba actually wants to be like last because we're the host, so we giving our story every day anyway, so it don't really matter.
I can't be last.
We'd like to
you know how much people we got interview?
Yeah, we won't be last, but somewhere in the middle.
I got mixing somewhere. But
somewhere in the middle.
You definitely got to be on for Tegan. You have to. Ain't no question about it.
Of course, I will be there whenever that day come.
And I just did an interview the other day in the Vibe, yeah. Live wire. Yeah.
Which was a good interview. I finally sit down and watch it and again, learn some things that I didn't know. Some of your inside stories with your coach and stuff like that. Like that was real good to see. I don't know. I just in the mood to just hear everybody's story. Since I start this, then I just want to hear everybody's story. We're gonna definitely do mountain. Whoever carry on, we're gonna definitely do mountain.
Yeah, we do mountain.
All right, my brothers, man. Peace and love.
Love.
Yeah,
love alone.
Right.
Love to everybody.
Man, love you guys, man. Good night.
Out, man. Good night.